Am I live yet? Am I live yet? Hold up. Wait a minute. All right, perfect. So what's up, guys? I saw Quester J in there. I saw Grumpus in there. I saw Mr. Hackett. Mr. Hackett's got his scotch and soda. Yes, sir. All right, Grumpus says he has a Woodford Reserve. That is a bourbon, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Paul's like, hey, yo. How you doing this evening, Paul? How are things? Trying to get my... I did remember to wipe the camera off before I started this week. So, yeah, there's that. What's new with you, Kenneth? How you doing? Alright, so I am getting ready to make my drink for tonight. We are going to take what's left in this jar. 2 20-ounce Diet Coke is ready to go. Well, Quester J, I see your Diet Coke and I raise you a 0 sugar monster. That's the kind of day I had. I was definitely feeling it a little bit on my ride home. Oh boy, I'm gonna have a little bit left. What's up, Jimmy? Salud. How you doing this evening, sir? Mason jar. What's up, Tyler? I guess, speaking of Mason jar and Tyler, how you doing? How you doing? P.O. Box listed down below whenever you are. Do I have? I feel like there. I don't know what the heck. I don't know. It looked like there was something in my cup there, but it wasn't. Just some phantom shadow. Crap, where can I put this down? Hey, Mr. Lowe. Yep, I don't need you right now. Thank you for holding my... Alright, so let's start this up. It's been one of those days. Woo-hoo! That is a heavy pour. I am already tired. Was up late last night. Usually, before the live streams, I try to get a decent night's sleep. But that didn't happen last night. I was up late. I was actually watching, I don't know if there's many or any drag race fans, but it is Rocky Mountain Race Week, and they were racing last night till, right at midnight, but the broadcast ended after midnight. Victor, how you doing this evening? All right, Jimmy says he's about to join me. All right, just ordered the case of the Green Monsters. All right, well, have a good one. Good luck with that, Quester J. Tyler says, hey, yo. Thank you, Victor, for listening in the truck. Understand. Nutty as hell. How you doing this evening? Quit drinking monsters. I was hooked. Yo, Kenneth, I actually saw your post talking about that. Did you say you quit chew or dip and monsters? And you drank a cup of, was it a cup, just one cup of coffee? I knew I saw you say something about that, and I was, Don, how you doing this evening? Hell yeah, brother. I grew up in dirt tracking. All right, well, Barbecue 951, what's going on with you? It's my third Monday this week. Shoot. Oh man, Meeg said, hey, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Meegs, awesome talking to you the other day. Thank you so very much in advance. Well, Don, good to hear you're doing well. AJS, what's going on? Look, he's got a third gen Camaro sitting in his profile picture. He probably knows what's up with Rocky Mountain Race Week. So if you aren't familiar with or don't know, Rocky Mountain Race Week is just like the Motor Trends Drag Week, similar, where they drive to 4 or 5 different tracks. They started at Bandimere yesterday and raced pretty much all evening. Teched in yesterday and then raced all evening, and then they'll be racing again on Thursday, somewhere I think in Nevada. But anyway, 250 plus cars running between, I think the lowest ET yesterday was 803. So basically like high sevens and up to, I saw a 22-second pass yesterday. But anyway, if you're into racing, highly recommend you look up Bang Shift Video on YouTube. They will be posting the videos live on YouTube, and I mean the live stream is just pretty dope. Get the conversation. So yeah, one more. All right, well that's what's up, Jimmy. I appreciate that. Good Hope family as well. Good out look at Restaurant Depot. Oh, no problem, none of yourself, no problem. Hey yo, what's going on out and how you doing this evening? Mimi Keel says hello, everyone. Hey everyone. Grumpus, Andre Kellum. Kellum? Good evening from Illinois. Where in Illinois, sir? I follow Cletus, Quester J says. Yes, indeed. I am. So, you know what got me hooked on watching the race weeks was actually 1320 video. And I watched, like, that was like the one highlight. I like all of the race weeks, drag weeks, even the diesel power challenge. I'm all about it. You guys know I'm a big car guy. Quester J, we talked earlier today, and I knew exactly what that picture was. You know, with seeing this much of the front of the hood on a hard body Nissan. I'm good when it comes to cars, man, for real. Filling in the house, Harold Fleming. What's going on? All right, Andre, outside of Chicago. I've been to Chicago one time. I had a funeral to go up there with my wife. So we drove up to Chicago. We were there for like 2 days, turned around and came back. But, you know, nonetheless, how is everybody doing? This is airbrushing. Oh, you airbrushed that on there? What? Dude, you did much better than I would. I would have some stick figures up on my hood. That's pretty dope. C. Rich, what's going on, man? Yo from Fort Worth. Hey, Texas in the house. We got a couple Texans in the house this evening. So where are you guys checking in from? Let's do a little roll call. Where are you guys checking in from? I know we have the West Coast in here. I know there's someone from Mississippi in here. I know Alton's from Texas. We got Andre said he's from Illinois, outside of Chicago. Harold said Philly. C. Rich, man, what's been going on? You know, I have been doing this live every Wednesday, just about. Only time I really don't do it is on the Thanksgiving Eve. Crimson Creek, how you doing this evening? Hopefully it's you and your wife. So I checked the P.O. box today. The USPS has been slow. Whatever the suggested or whatever the day that they tell you, anytime they tell you a specific day, the packages have been coming a day or two later. But I did check the P.O. box today, so nothing tonight or today. But I will be checking again tomorrow and Friday. All right, KB Barbecue says California. Tyler says Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Question J says, how is it? Is it Saucer or Saucier, Mississippi? Minneapolis, Minnesota. Crimson Creek, Austin, Texas. Ronnie D says also hello from Wisconsin. All right, Grumpus says Spring, I guess near Houston, Texas. Mimi says Kansas. Paul, he's up the street in Owings Mills, Maryland. I know where he is. I won't say I don't want to say I know where he's at, because then that's ending my sentence with a preposition. It's been on me. Life is hard sometimes. COVID, a newborn, dude. See, Rich, I already know. Yeah. Yo, todo bien conmigo. Hey, ¿cómo estás, Dash? Saludos. Salud. Late, but I'm already here with you. But you're never late. It's all right. Taste testing number 2. You guess what he's doing right now? Anyone want to take a guess at what he's doing? Go ahead in the comments. Just guess what he's doing. All right, Jack and Betty, how you doing this evening? So sure. Oh, so sure. Okay. Jack and Betty, Southern Indiana, how you doing? Fantasy Barbecue says, hey, yo. Victor says, hey, Great Pacific Northwest, the PNW. Austin in the house, strong. What up, Sean? How you doing? Question J says, pancakes, pancakes, pancakes. Fantasy says, Kansas City Super Bowl champs. AJS says, Memphis, Tennessee. Paul says, making pancakes. Maceo says, hey, yo. Taste Tester number 2 is staring at the screen somewhere. No, he's chilling back there. He's actually focused. He mixed some cinnamon and sugar into his pancakes tonight. Real recognizes real. How you doing this evening? Baracho, que te paso, Eric? Victor says also pancakes.
Do you want to try it first?
No, you go ahead and try it. He tried, like I said, he put cinnamon sugar in the pancake batter. And then he just asked me if I wanted to try it first. No, sir, I will not be your guinea pig. The chef has to taste their own food first. Well, the cook. I won't say chef, the cook. MTG BBQ, what's going on? Oh, my wife has something to say about that. I heard her. I taste my food.
Mommy.
I taste my food. Certain things I taste.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And I used to taste everything. I don't any longer. I used to. I did. She gave me a dirty look, guys. Anyway. Long Island in the building. What's going on, Maceo? How you doing this evening? Maceo, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see your name, I think of James Brown talking to Maceo in the JBs. Maceo. Ding 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 ding. Every single time. I was a big fan. Actually loved James Brown and the JBs. Oh, taste tester number 2 is getting fussed at. He rich. I say, hey. Hey.
He did it first.
That doesn't matter. JB says, I want some barbecue. I want some pancakes. Extra syrup, please. Well, see, Rich, that look. This is the number 2 has helped me cook before. So I'm already helping you. All right, good. I'm just, nice. Look at that. I am caught up on the comments. But you know what I see there? 41 of you guys here and only 16 likes. Come on. Can we please get the thumbs up? I would greatly appreciate it. There's my wife. She added. That was a thumb.
Gave a thumbs up.
But you go log on and give me an actual thumbs up, please. You don't even have to say anything in the chat. But if you want to say something in the chat, you can. Anyway, real recognizes real. That's what's up. Thank you so very much, and extending a happy belated Father's Day to all of you guys as well who are fathers. ACO coming up my way. Where to? Cinnamon sugar sounds good on the pancakes. Maybe add some strawberries. We don't have any strawberries in the house. The kids will not let them stay in the house long. And he mixed the cinnamon sugar in the batter. Look. Oh, we have raspberries. Oh, from the garden. Alice says Animal Crossing is calling you.
Is it? Animal Crossing.
Oh, he knows. KB says, bam, thumbs up, done. I'm on this. What's up, Hog? How you doing? I already hit the like button. That's what's up. Oh, add some whipped cream. Oh, Alton, I already knew. You know, just like I'm sure, you talk about Animal Crossing and Jean is all on it and all excited. Did you hear how excited she got to just mentioning Animal Crossing? Oh, O-Wings. O-W-I-N-G-S. O-Wings Mills. And it's Mills, plural. Maceo, we don't want you to get lost. You have to go to the correct place. Actually, funny enough, someone who is in the chat right now lives in Owings Mills. Paul is in Owings Mills. I would say, hey, we should get together, but everything going on. You stay in your corner, I stay in my corner. We can just, this is cool. So, James, how you doing this evening? I don't know if you guys can hear the fireworks, and then my wife just said, and it begins. I watched the video today of this guy talking about like how the fireworks are not just in like L.A., New York, Nashville. It's a nation. Yeah, it's almost nationwide and in major cities. To the point where he said that there's no way that with the fact that so many people are out of work that they can afford to buy fireworks. One, he said there's got to be some sort of conspiracy or something going on,
Okay, some
providing
around that level because why is fireworks everywhere
I don't
of a
know.
sudden this year everywhere?
So either that or they're selling more powerful fireworks that are borderline legal that are making a lot more noise.
But every day though.
But okay. Anyway, good evening. Oh, Alex said he already told Jean that he would get a rehab, but he knows she's not a quitter. What's up, Luke Alamada? How you doing this evening? Taylor says, hey, yo. Harold says, hey there. Fireworks were crazy last night, Lou says. Yo, so we had a little bit of a reprieve last night because it was raining. Actually, for the last 2 nights. Because it was raining last night and the thunderstorm the night before. They like them over here all the time, Paul says. Yep. Fireworks here too. Very big ones, AJ says. Look, Paul says they're doing them now. Well, I'm not drinking. I have a little bit of this jar that I'm gonna finish it off tonight, and I mixed it with a little bit of Monster because it's been one of those days, and I'm not even going to say the Y word. Okay. Cooking a case of chicken quarters from my nephew's graduation. Any tips? Hotter than you think you want to cook it to help get the skin right. Last weekend start, dude. They've been busting fireworks since before Memorial Day. Like it just came kind of to a culmination on Memorial Day where it was just like, wow. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have them in your area, but in this area there are converted sea trailers, like containers, like 40-foot containers. They sell fireworks out of. These containers go away all year long. All of a sudden, for 6 to 8 weeks before July 4th, they pop up and they're selling fireworks out of containers, like the overseas containers. And I've never been to one, but it's just like buy 2 get 1 free type things. Eric says, I always wonder fireworks or gunshots. Yes, indeed. I live in Baltimore City, and it's one of those things where you do not know whether it is or is not a gunshot. They're selling them like hotcakes in Philly. Dude, Harold, but you know what's crazy? Philly, D.C., Baltimore, New York. Well, no. Philly, they are... No, I don't think the fireworks are legal in Philadelphia, in the city limits of Philadelphia. But they are...
I know it's legal in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but I know they are legal to be sold in Pennsylvania, but probably not in Philadelphia, in the city. That jar looks nice. Well, it was nice. It's getting down to just being like, I know, it's getting to be sad. People blasting fireworks every night since Memorial Day here, B. You got fireworks all year long, Jay said. Jay, have you been watching Rocky Mountain Race Week? What's up, Lee? Hello, Dash, and everyone getting ready for work, but listening in. They're busting fireworks in Warner Robins, Georgia right now. Started when the protest started, Harold says. Juneteenth thing here in Miami. That's why they're doing fireworks here. All right. But Juneteenth is over. China fireworks a week. I make my own, Questa J says. I wouldn't put it past Questa J to make his own fireworks. Just in talking to I believe him. The tents here. 1 or 2 containers. I could tell it's rain here twice a year. July 4th and New Year's. They don't really sell fireworks for New Year's, but people seem to save them and hold them off for New Year's. But actually, New Year's we hear way more gunshots than we do fireworks because people just want to go out and bust caps for no reason, basically. So, anyway, I haven't any good races, Dash. I know the Boosted Boys are out there, man. That's a bunch of YouTubers out there. You want to sit down and join me?
No, I'm gonna go back to work.
You're not working.
I am working.
You shouldn't be working.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Yes.
After I'm not eating, can I sit down?
Not really.
Oh.
I don't have. I mean, you can sit down.
You,
I just. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can add anything to this conversation I'm about to have.
What's the
So
conversation about?
about not getting events, talking when you don't get that job or event. That event that I didn't get yesterday or 2 days ago, I was gonna talk about it.
Oh, okay. I can't add anything to that.
I know. Well, you could kind of. I watched the Butcher Boy videos today. Yeah, well, Kyle, dude, that whole van and them getting that thing back together. Also, I watched the PFI video and Jamie with that cursed neon. Gosh. Anyway, gunshot slowed down on New Year's Eve. Kansas City, most places they don't allow you to shoot them, but that's where the biggest fireworks shows are. Yep. Hey, did I miss Kent? Popping in? Oh, there he is. What's up, Kent? The jar is what proof? See, Leonard, if you ask what proof it is, you shouldn't be drinking it. But if I had to guess, that's probably like high to mid 90s, or no, probably high 80s, low 90s. I don't think it's over 100 proof. I don't know though. It might be a little higher than I think. The van did the final pass he kept. It was 1181 or 1187. That was that woman from working. She's been working all day. Only allows to sell fireworks from June 28th to July 4th. That doesn't stop anyone. Well, you guys green in Maryland. It's pretty green. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I stand corrected. I was told this is probably closer to 100 proof, and a little on the excess of over 100. Jimbo Rise says most we get around here is 80. I guess I've become a little desensitized. Then I didn't think it was as high as a proof as it might be. You're drinking that ooh wee while I'm at the office with coffee. Well, you drinking some ooh wee too. You got the caffeine. Salud, yes indeed. To load them out, shake and dude. Yeah, there's plus I don't know how to. I don't know how to read the bubbles. I'm not that good. When or if I go into production, I will hopefully. I'm not an alcoholic. My taste buds are bent. All right, so we've been BSing and talking for quite a while. Raisins? No, I like my shine straight up. Put some raisins in there. No. Faster the bubbles go away, the better. All right. Well, I mean, there's just. That's pretty quick. I mean, I don't know how to read. I did drink it like water. Look, I have some hair on my chest to prove that I've been drinking for quite some time. And I do like my moonshine. I used to brew a lot of beer, but never did that. Would be a fun thing to revisit. You know what, Taylor? I have actually seen and helped with the production of corn liquor, and it is definitely a good time. It is very interesting. It is very, very interesting. And actually, it wasn't corn liquor I was helping. It was fuel alcohol I was helping produce. And there's nothing like seeing and smelling 190 proof alcohol. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. It smells so floral. It's crazy. So I heard that Dash was recruited free agent for Team Cali. I don't know about that, man. I was just talking about, hey, I didn't get invited. It was like, oh, Cali and Texas, that was it. I just wanted the invitation to play. That's all that is. Looks like real good stuff. Went away fast. Yes, indeed. Slower more water has been cut. What's up, Todd? How you doing this evening? Small bubbles, lead quick, probably 100 plus. Let's make a collective toast. All right, y'all. Let's see. Salud. Okay. Hey, you know what? Real talk. Thank you guys so very much for popping in and hanging out on me on this Wednesday. You guys can be anywhere in the world doing anything that you need to be doing, but you're here hanging out with me. So I will definitely drink a little sip to that. Woo! Ha! I'm gonna burn my phone in a second. Jeez. All right. Woo! Ah. Uh-oh, KB. We welcome. Make a brisket and drop the video. I'll shoot you the hashtag. Well, I'll make you faint if you smell too much. Oh, it'll make you faint. Yes, indeed. There's a alcoholica esoterica. This is the party involved. Fountain of gin. 10 minutes before fainting. Wow. Fountain of gin. Oh, why did I not get the big job? All right, Leonard. Thank you so very much for bringing us back full circle. All right, so the brisket prices up there. They're starting to go down. I actually bought a brisket the other day. It was $4 per pound. I spent like $60 on this brisket. It was like a 12 or 13 pound brisket, but it was like $60 at four. So I guess it was 14 some change. I was like, just said when you did that, burnt my eyebrows off. Sorry. I covered my mouth there so not to, you know, like ignite the alcohol fumes. Anyway, so here's the deal. I got a call. Actually, I got a message last week or so from someone who's ordered food from me for her company. So her company was planning on having like a little cookout slash picnic, and they wanted me to cook like some hot dogs, some hamburgers, also do brisket, some chicken, and some pork. Well, that's what she wanted me to do. When I told her, unfortunately, I said, hey, one of the big things right now, brisket prices are through the roof, and they're closer to $6 per pound, which is triple what I am used to paying. And I don't know whether or not you might be able to afford that because you're only trying to feed 20 to 25 people. And she said, well, they have about 25 people on staff, and only people who would possibly be eating meat would be about 20 folks. So to make that number even lower, she told me that if for basically for giggles, she wanted to find out how much a whole brisket would cost. And I usually charge $125 per brisket. I told her at this current point in time, a whole brisket was going to cost, and then I dropped the price down for her. I told her the whole brisket was going to cost $225 just to try and entice her to get that brisket. But she was like, nope, can't do that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Brisket off the table. So we did some finagling with some numbers, and the event was going to be like $450, $500 all told. With the like some hot dogs, me cooking some cooking, and I was gonna. So she wanted me to come and cook on site, but then she says, "Hey, I don't really want you to cook on site because they're projecting rain for that particular Friday. So this is supposed to be for Friday, right?" So I'm like, "Okay, no problem." She said, is there anywhere where you can cook and have everything done and just bring everything to us? And I said, sure. I said, but if I'm going to do that, I'm still going to have to bill you for the time that I spent cooking the food. I said, but what you'll save is the half an hour setup and the half an hour breakdown. She's like, okay, cool, that's fine. So I gave her the price for the pork, price for the chicken, hot dogs, hamburgers, buns, some extra buns for the pork and the chicken, to make sandwiches out of, some macaroni, salad, some coleslaw, and of course my time for cooking the food, and then the setup and delivering. And like I said, it was like $450, $500. So she says, hey, and this was last Thursday or last Friday that I gave her this number. She said, hey, I'm gonna talk to management. I should be back to you. I'll get back to you either by Friday or early on Monday. Said, no problem. Take your time. I said, I just need to know by Wednesday whether or not you want me to come and cook for you on Friday or cook for you on Friday so I can let, my job know, right? So she came back on Monday and she says, hey, so sorry that it took me a while to get back to you. She said management has decided to go in a different direction. And the reason why they went in a different direction is because they wanted to get a single source for all of their food. I was only going to be able to cover about 70 to 80% of everything, and then some of the vegetarian things, and they also wanted some of the hot. So they wanted hot sides, and I told her, I said, listen, I said the reason I can't do hot sides for you is because I'm traveling such a far distance. I said, it really comes down to making sure that the sides don't make a mess, right? I don't spill. Like I'm like, if I do green beans for you, I said I can do green beans for you. I said, but I that's something I need to prepare on site. Like when I've done hot sides, I've had access to a kitchen where I can warm things up, put things directly into a pan, and I'm not traveling with it. I said the meat and things like that, I can take precautions to drain everything to make sure there's not a whole bunch of liquid in things. I said, but a hot side, that's completely different. She was like, okay, I understand that. So I just wanted to know whether or not there have been, or you guys have had any experiences when you have been asked to run some numbers for a catering event, and then it didn't fall. It didn't pan out. It fell through. Um, Hux says cooking hot dogs and hamburgers is a waste of time. Cooking hamburgers is a waste of time. Do you own a griddle and have some smash burger recipes? No, Jimbo, I do not own a griddle. I have, in case you have not seen in the intro on my videos, I have a 5-foot grill table, and I actually picked up a new grill recently that I'm hoping to incorporate into the on-site cooking fleet. People always want brisket quality for hamburger prices. South Street, pound of that. Griddle's the only way. I don't want taking up room on my grill. Hog man, no way. You want the grill flavor on the hamburgers, man? What hot dogs are, man? No, sir. No. No. And I'm not pattying. Oh, dog. I know. I'm about to open up a can of worms, but give me a box of frozen hamburgers any day. You know why? Because I know that they are even consistency. I don't have to worry about pattying them up. There's a plethora of things that I will take and get a seasoned frozen burger and cook it and serve it up and be great. That I'm nope. And then if I'm buying fresh ground meat in order, that means I'm gonna have to charge that much more. Andre says I have, but I'm pretty upfront about my quality versus mess. Yep. Only problem is that people want everything for nothing. Well, you know what? So here's the thing, MTG BBQ. I can attest to the fact that her company is not. They're not cheap. And it was just a matter of probably the amount of. It seemed to be because of the fact that they were going to have to buy things from multiple places, the cost went up just a little bit as opposed to spending money with one entity, boom, all told. Because I actually did an event for them. It was Christmas Eve time last year or holiday time last year. I believe it was like their holiday party. And they had myself and they had one other caterer, actually also from Baltimore, go down to Northern Virginia. And it wasn't for lack of being able to pay. Yep. So Alan says no better way for catering than frozen burgers unless you get a good price from a supplier for preformed, ready to cook fresh patties. Fresh ground cow meat is for meatloaf. Once you get your griddle season, you'll have one in the Ramuda. All right. What's up, fam? From New Orleans. What's going on, Eric? How you doing? I did a wedding for 450 guests, and they wanted hamburgers and hot dogs with chips. I was able to convince them to do pork loins instead of burgers, and there was so there was something decent to plate. You know what, South Street Barbecue, man? Sometimes I swear I don't mind actually just filling people's requests. You want simple hot dogs and hamburgers? Guess what? There are some people that, let's say their dad or their grandfather, what? Okay, their dad or their grandfather cooked hot dogs and hamburgers, right? And they live in an apartment and they can't get hot dogs and hamburgers. They really just want hot dogs and hamburgers. Dude, sometimes it's just that simple. I have done hot dogs and hamburgers for people. Like I had an event where it was a graduation party And I thought this lady was crazy when I told her, I said, hey, you want me to cook hot dogs and hamburgers? She said, yes. She said she wanted some brisket, some pork, some chicken, but she was adamant about wanting hamburgers. So I'm like, okay, well, I cooked some hot dogs and hamburgers for her. And she's like, well, I said, well, if I'm cooking these things for you, I gotta charge you an extra little bit because I come on site and I cook. And she said, well, is there any way you can cook it and bring everything warm? And I'm like, what? You want me to do that? She's like, yes. She's like, I just really want to make sure I have some hot dogs and hamburgers. And I was like, oh, okay. So I set up the grill. I actually did a video on it, where I think I did a video. I know I filmed a video. Might not have actually made it to video, but I did film me cooking hot dogs and hamburgers in the backyard. So yeah. You must pay for the unique skill set. That's exactly it, Hog. Frozen patties are cheap and easy. Look for the ones that say all natural. Well, you know what, real? I have found ones that have even stepped it up a little bit further, and they say seasoned. Because I've seen people like, why don't you put any seasoning on the burger? You don't have to when they're already seasoned. Most stress-free and fun cooks are the simplest. Alton, this is why we brothers, man. Because you understand, some people want to complicate stuff for no reason. All right. Christopher Murray says, "Keep it simple." You have heard me say that in videos. I am a keep it simple type dude. They wanted us to do a complete fancy setup with servers, plate, service, etc. It was a little fancy for burgers. South Street, man, dude, I'm telling you, if they're gonna pay for it, then let them pay for it. Now, if you wanted to upsell them and do something a little extra, nothing wrong with that. But sometimes, yeah. 951 says, frozen burger and hot dogs on a smoker are out of sight. What's up, James? Hold on one second. Yeah, I've seen that. I've also seen it where it says pellets. Uh, the ones that say all natural with the only means they have vegetable oil to help production. Some may also have seasoning. Yep. Oh, dog father. Pork ones were much more simple, nearly 500 burger patties. Darian says, "What's up, Solar Thunder? What happened? You took your message away." Darian, how you doing? James, if I didn't say hi to you, I swear I did, but I want to make sure I did. I'm going to be like you when I grow up. Burnt out my barrel for my UD yesterday. Buying material tomorrow. Well, that's what's up, man. Solar Thunder, best of luck with your build. So how were the pancakes? He said they were absolute fire. He tried to give me one, but I was kind of tied up. He disappeared though. I don't know where he went. Dale's in the house. What's going on? So any of you guys also have any of you guys also had any instances where someone just flat out said, hey, I can't afford your service, or I'm not going to be able to go with you. And, it would be nice to hear the reason they gave you as to why they didn't go with you. Most everybody seems to agree where, some people just don't want to pay what the food, what it's going to cost in order to get a job done. I've definitely dealt with that before. And I think I've talked about that before as well, talking about how, someone has this as far as their expectation, but their budget is down here. And then what you do is you try to level set them and bring it to the point where you can still make some money. Definitely have had that instance where people want 100 pounds of brisket, but then when they find out what 100 pounds of brisket costs, they're like, oh, can I just get brisket water? No. But I would, like, for an instance like that, what I would do is I would double up or triple up on the chicken and possibly double up on the pork, and then have a lesser amount of beef, just so we still have the 3 different meats, but I wouldn't have each of the meats even, if that makes sense. Is it Delana? Hello, Delana and Wally. So which one is it? Is it Delana or Wally? Plus the time pork. Okay, yes. Barbecue is a lot more expensive than I thought. More than once. Yes, indeed, Jimmy. Yes, indeed. How far away was the event? From my house to where the office was, I think it's like 50 miles. I think that's the name of the place. Yes. From my house, 67 miles one way. So hour and 10 minutes. I'd have gotten there in less than an hour, but it's 60 some odd miles away, and I wasn't charging a whole lot for delivery and setup. Um, champagne tongue on a champagne tongue on a beer budget. Yes, indeed. Uh, we regularly get people telling us that since some chain or grocery store could do their event much cheaper than us, I try to work with them if I could, but wasn't going to match prices, dude. I completely understand, and you know sometimes I was the whole not the whole reason, but one of the reasons. Um, a few weeks ago we talked about discounts, okay, and you know people want to me, someone who wants to discount your food and or what you're doing is devaluing your brand. They're devaluing you. They are devaluing your time. And to me, that's the worst thing. People give me a price or people tell me certain things. Now I might joke and haggle and things like that, but for the most part, hey, if you tell me this is the price, I'm gonna pay that price, and I don't balk at that price because when people when people do that to me, I know how I feel, so I've stopped doing that. As you know, I won't say as of late, but I've stopped doing that. Now we go into a corporate event, or if I'm searching something online to a major retailer, the first thing I'm going to be doing is looking for some sort of coupon code or some sort of discount. But that's because they offer those things. If the little guy doesn't offer you a discount, don't ask for one. Just don't ask for one. If they're able to give you a discount, they will give you a discount. If they're able to help you out, they will help you out. If they're able to hook you up, they will hook you up. Because guess what? There are times, and we've all been there, when you want to do the business, so you say yes, even if it's for slightly less money. But you can put the slightly less money on the table and not them. So that's just one of those things. Anyone ever had bison ribs? I can't say that I have. If they want hot dogs, frozen beef patties are great. They aren't gourmet, and that's okay. Absolutely right, Victor. Totally agree. I don't charge for mileage. What I do is I have a fee basically for delivery and setup, and I base that fee off of how far I'm going, and um, basically what I end up trying to do is whatever the total bill is, I tack 10% on for delivery and setup to cover kind of my costs for those things, and it usually works out $50 or 10%. So, like I said, it works out. If they wanted pulled pork done in a commercial oven with liquid smoke and mac and cheese out of a frozen pan, they were free to do it. I get it. Yeah, Hawk says tip to cook. People want to beat your labor price down at the same time. They are. You want something, but you can't figure out what you want. Go get a soda from upstairs. The soda water. Yeah. That's good. Local store priced me out. Customers called back and said the food was terrible and should have went with me. Andre, that is the best. Those are the best testimonials. And then that's when you say, you know what? How about this? Next time I'll give you 5% off, okay, of what I was going to charge you. And then what you do is you upsell them and make that money right back. Yes, indeed. Mac and cheese. I used bacon, heavy cream, 3 different cheeses, and was homemade. It was labor intensive. Hey, South Street, yo, you don't have to preach to the choir, okay? I already know. I've had people complain about why am I charging $1.50 for a chicken wing? Well, my wings work out to be $1.50 each, okay? But I sell them in bundles of 10, right? So it's $15 for 10 wings. Well, one, you're getting a whole chicken wing. Two, the chicken wings that I do are very labor intensive. I understand. I clean the chicken wing. I put the chicken wings into the smoker. Y'all see me do chicken wings. I ain't got to explain nothing to y'all. Y'all see me do it. Dale says, I just started out and one of my clients wanted beef ribs. I'm trying to tell him it's not worth cooking beef ribs. He put an order for 5 racks of pork ribs. Should I? Well, Dale, so what you might want to do is do some, I'm gonna say baby backs, but some St. Louis or spares. However, you're going to do your pork ribs, and do some beef ribs as well if you can get the beef ribs. Now, Dale, the beef ribs you want to get are the beef plate ribs, the ones that are this thick, not those little ones that are just a little bit of meat on top of and around the bones with a whole bunch of shiner. No, you don't want those. Um, you want beef plate ribs. Those are the beef ribs you want. In case you didn't see when I did a video talking about beef ribs Texas style, those were beef plate ribs. Those are the ones that you want to cook, and they are brisket on a stick. And they are expensive, but they are so daggone good that it just makes it worth it. So if he's willing to pay the money, maybe compromise and go and meet in the middle. But the only time I really discourage people is when people want me to cook whole hogs. I haven't cooked the whole hog yet because once I start telling people the time and energy and expense involved, they're typically like, okay, wait a minute, that might not be the best idea. James says, yeah, I have once they heard the pricing, they thought it was too much. I noticed that if people are in any sort of business, they try to respect your time as opposed to saying that is too much. Yes, indeed. And that's the thing. Small business owners are a different breed, point blank. MTGBBQ says, I needed to hear that. Dude, I mean, don't let them discount you. Don't let them discount you. I was going to say your brand, but it's not even your brand. It's you. You are worth it. And, just act accordingly. All right? Man up. Tell them no. You know what? That you giving them a discount and working 100% is not worth. It's not worth it. You want the customers that are going to pay you for your time and your energy and your barbecue expertise. All right? Don't discount yourself. I'm a retired Marine. The standard is the standard. Don't negotiate with terrorists. I like that one. Jimbo says a lot of your value is in the ambiance you bring with you. If they wanted to admit the grocery store did it, they would not contact you. Your ambiance is worth money. Yes, indeed. I won't say ambiance, it's your expertise. It's the attention to detail. It's the care that you're going to provide their food and what it is that you're doing. It's their loss, Dash. Real says stuff is going back green just in time for summer. You get plenty more opportunities and events. But you know what? See, here's the thing. I'm not mad that I'm not doing this event. And the reason why I'm not mad that I'm not doing this event is because I'm going to get and learn from this. I won't say I'm going to learn from this. And what I'm going to do is the young lady who is who's the contact, I'm going to wait a few days and I'm going to say, "Hey," and I was trying to debate whether I was going to hit her up tomorrow or just wait until Monday because the event is on Friday. I know she's probably going to be busy tomorrow. Being Thursday, she might be doing some preparation and stuff like that. So I think I might wait till next week. But I was just going to ask her, like, hey, what could I have done in order to have gotten your business? And then I will let her know that I will work on that for the future. I'm not going, it's one of those things where if someone tells you no, hey, can you explain to me why you said no? Can you tell me what it was I didn't provide or could not provide that maybe I can work on in the future and we can move forward from there? Because there have been times, like, I have traveled with hot sides. I did an event for a family that goes to the school, my kid's school, actually classmates of taste tester number 2. And, she asked me to do some baked beans. I'm like, I don't do baked beans. Like, I said, you know what? Let's figure it out. So I did some baked beans for her. And she raved and raved and raved about these baked beans. And it was good. It was good. And it was a confidence boost. But I was afraid to travel with these baked beans. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to travel with these baked beans. But I think it's one of those things where I just needed to find the right solution. And then I might be able to make that work. The problem isn't necessarily always the travel with them. It's the travel and trying to keep them warm, which is an added, thing. Rad says I've only catered twice to people I didn't know. Both times was around 30 people. I was straight up and told them I don't cater, and I'll come up with a total amount out of pocket. Tip with you feel. Well, I don't ask for tip. I don't. It's just not my thing. If you are feel so inclined to give me a tip, then I will graciously accept it. But I'm not going to require that or put that even on the table. Cars and Q's with Mike. What's up, man? Mike, how you doing this evening? Mike probably was watching Rocky Mountain Race Week. Uh, Good night, AJS says I stayed up late last night. Great live chat as usual. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. People don't understand the economy of scales. If you buy more in bulk, you get a better price. Tell them to buy more. So Taylor, I try, but it doesn't always work out. But I do, and sometimes will upsell someone because I know that. Look, basically, if someone wants 7 pounds of something, or if they want 10 pounds of something, I know that I have to buy basically 20 pounds of meat, and me cooking 20 pounds of meat is going to cost me just about the same as me cooking 7 pounds, or excuse me, a yield of 7 pounds versus a yield of 10 pounds. It's going to be about the same cook, and I'll have food left over. So I'd much rather take it to that one person and make one sale as opposed to cooking and preparing 7 pounds of something and then have to find a buyer for 3 more pounds of it. Hopefully, you understand what I'm trying to say there. But I will tell people, I'm like, hey, look, you buy 7 pounds, you're getting a little bit of a volume discount, but as soon as you buy 10, you get even more of a volume discount. And I'm like, you'll have a little bit extra for leftovers and other things like that. So sometimes, Taylor, it does work out to upsell people. And those of us who have worked in retail, and specifically like retail stores where you upsell, like I used to work for a company called Modell's Sporting Goods. So some of you guys in the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic Northeast, have heard of Modell Sporting Goods, and I used to work in the sporting goods section. And if somebody bought a hockey stick, okay, hey, don't you need some grip tape for your stick? Oh yeah, I do. If somebody bought some hockey skates, okay, hey, don't you need lace pullers for your skates? Oh yeah, I do. Hey, why don't you get a second set of laces for when your lace puller puts a hole in your laces? You have them in your bag. You can lace up, and you're not dead in the water in the middle of a game. Those are upsells. Also, I used to cross sell footwear, so shoes, sneakers, right? Hey, don't you need some sneaker cleaner? You need a pair of socks, a pack of socks, not a pair, a pack of socks. I said pair again. What about some sneaker cleaner or some deodorizer for your shoes? All of those things are upsells. Same thing. Once you start selling something, you sell it and you can upsell it. Okay, make some extra money on it. Especially doing something like sides. I do cold sides for a reason. Cold sides are cheap. They're easy, and just buy something and doctor it up, or at least I buy certain things and I doctor it up. I found some good stuff out there. Some street says I get out there and try foods. I'm getting hungry. What should I be charging for a rack of spare ribs? MTG BBQ. I am not the one to ask about spare ribs. I have done and sold exactly two uh, uh, slabs. I won't say racks because a rack to me is baby back. So slabs of spares. And I charge $35, but I mean, it depends on what you get them for and how much you can, sell them. EZ, what's up? Hello, Dash Easy Q here from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Well, thank you, sir, for checking in. Big Reggie Reg, if you don't value your time, nobody else will. Hold up, Reg. You know what? I was going to say I was going to take a drink from my cup, but no, we saluting to that one. Hold on. Let me just say that again. If you don't value your time, nobody else will, is what he said. Everybody out there drinking hand, take one. Right now, Big Reggie Reg, dropping bombs, dropping science, dropping knowledge. Your product is a treasure, not trash, James says. All of you guys, man. Where's my lighter, man? I need to hold up a lighter and snap. So she says, something an old friend told me. He always said when someone told him something else could do it cheaper, was reply with, well, they know what their product is worth. Yep. Respect the art and energy to cook. Know your value, know your worth. Dude, I'm glad this topic is resonating with folks. And it's one of those things where it's okay to tell someone no. All right? Now, with that being said, I know some of you guys are just starting out and you might not be able to afford to tell someone no. So in that case, what you do is you don't discount what you have, you just give them less to make the money work out. So again, I'm gonna say this again. I know because I've been there are times when you cannot tell someone no, you have to make this sale, right? But if they want 10 pounds of something and only willing to pay 5 pounds worth, then you give them 5 pounds and you let them know. Well, and it's one of those things where you say, well, how about this? What is your budget? And you sell to their budget as opposed to you telling them what the cost is going to be. And sometimes you can meet in the middle and they might say, all right, you know what? I got this amount of food and I ran out. It was that good, I ran out. Let them run out. Let them run out. Okay? And then next time, because it ran out, because it was so good, they'll pay your full price. Ask me how I know. Cambros, yep, I know, man, but the Cambros only do so much sometimes. You ever do tastings prior to an event? Help a few times will help people understand what it literally brought to the table. South Street, can't really do tastings when somebody says, "Oh, I want to taste a pound of brisket," when I have to cook like a 14-pound brisket. So I'm taking a loss in doing a tasting. Um, what's going on, Adam? How you doing? Fire pit was gone the next day after I finished it. I couldn't do a video on the finished product. Well, that's what's up, man. I totally understand, and just put something together, maybe talk about it. And oh, you don't really edit. I was gonna say show some pictures. Can you do a camera full of size and tin foil with tin laden? Not really, because the whole thing is that I will and have done Cambros with sides, like cold sides and things like that. But I mean, I'm putting this stuff in the back of my van, in the back of Vanna. It bounces around. It is nothing for one of those pans to fall over, and it is just going to be a mess. All right. Mike says he's driving, as in Art Modell. Art Modell, who used to own a piece or a part of the Giants or Jets, I do believe so, Alton. It was the same Modell family. Gotta go to Mo's. Darian knows. He's from New York. He definitely knows. And I wouldn't be surprised if the smoker goes that fast as well. I hope your crawdad was also to watch. Good work. Sorry, Jimmy. Oh man, I missed. You know what? Today is what, Wednesday. Jimmy posts on Sunday. I probably did miss one. The smoker is awesome. Yes, indeed, it sure is. What's up, John from 4J? Yo, where's the update on your smoker? That's all. That's all I want to know. Let me catch up. Don't count every dime, count every penny. You know what? I agree with that. I agree with that. Sometimes it's better to make 5 cents as opposed to 25 cents. Because, the struggle to make 25 cents can be harder, and you miss out on making, a penny here, 5 cents there, a dime there. And if you do 2 or 3 of those smaller jobs, you'll have your 25 cents. So I definitely agree, and that resonates. South Street said I was lucky with Tasting Barbecue. I had a trailer and was open and selling every day, so I was cooking anyway. So they just had to stop by when I was open. Yeah, man, I'm not in that same position. So, Mike, it says, how do I know? Well, so what had happened was, says me, they were the Cleveland Browns. All right. Hi from Mobile, Alabama. Shane, how you doing this evening? Been a minute. Haven't seen you on the live stream in a while. I think I remember seeing you a few times before. Hey guys, BZ, what's going on? I saw that you're gonna be on the hot seat tomorrow. Look, man, I tell you what, I cannot always make those hot seats with CJ because they start at 9 o'clock my time, and I've already been up all day long. And after being up late on Wednesday, I can't necessarily stay up late again on Thursday. So I miss a lot of those the hot seats. But I come in from time to time. If I remember and if I'm still awake tomorrow at 9, I will try to pop on at least and say what's up. A free piece of advice with the trailer. He says don't. All right. So what would you recommend then? Take a break, getting some more things done right now. What else? What's up? First Love Smokers, what's up with you? All right, Jimbo Rise says his glass is full. Can you guys hear this fan? Let me know if you can hear the fan. I'm getting a little, I'm switzing a little, so I had to turn the fan up here. Guns and Barbecue says I had a wedding, 3 graduation parties canceled on me because of the Rona. Hysteria would have been 600 heads altogether. That's what's up, man. But you know what? I don't like when I won't say I don't like when people, but I don't like to call it hysteria. I think the whole thing is, if you look and I said this in previous live streams because we talked about it kind of previously before. Catering is aside unless you want to buy everything outright and avoid that. Oh gosh. South Street. Oh, you make that's a very valid point. So one of the things I have in my favor is I have a friend that works at a credit union and she's already told me whatever I need as far as a loan. You know, very little questions asked. She said she's not no questions. She's very little questions asked. And I've talked about it before. We went back. We worked in credit unions for a very, very long time, and we link up every now and again. And she's been kind of like a mentor, not necessarily in the business sense, but somewhat in the business sense because she's been in the financial industry a lot longer. And we bounce ideas off of each other. I bounce some of my marketing ideas off of her, and she bounces some of her credit unions market ideas off of me because she's like, "You're doing the social media. We need to get into the social media. How can I do that?" And she's had her social media person reach out to me, and you know we've talked, and I've like, hey, try this, try that, work on this, work on that, see if this helps, see if that helps. I'm like, stop paying money for stuff. But you know that's only gone so far. But like I said, we go way back. Actually, I've known her as long as I've been married, and like I said, we used to work together a long, long time ago, and like I said, she's basically said, hey, look, whenever you need it, whenever you're ready, just let me know. Very little questions asked. She didn't say no questions, but very little. And the whole thing was, she told me point blank, and I asked her one time, we actually, do lunch every now and again, and I said, hey, you know, what, what was it like? How or why did you let me cater an event for your credit union? And she says, I did it for you because you're my friend. And I said, well, thank you. She said, we have to support our friends. And I'm like, that is awesome. Like, thank you so very much. And she said, the first time I did it because you're my friend. She said, the second time I did it, it was because it was really good. She said, you did an amazing job. You came in and it was very professionally done. Everything was professional. Everything was cooked properly. Everything was seasoned great. It was rave reviews, and the room was quiet as people were eating. She said, so it was good. She said, so that's why I've asked you to do more and more events over time, is because the first time I did it because I was supporting you. The second, the third, the fourth, the fifth time is because the food was actually really, really good. How long do you smoke venison? Donnie Yule. I've never done venison. By the way, thanks for boosting me up. Start my channel. I was nervous, but I'm out there now. Out here. Well, that's what's up, man. I use these slow moments to learn and cook new foods, improve on foods I've already cooked in the past. Well, that's what's up. I'm happy to advise anyone who wants to get into the business. I closed mine last year for a variety of reasons, but there's so many hidden costs that you don't think about. Oh yeah. Hold up. I know there's some of you guys that are in this area and some of you guys that might be like in between DC and Baltimore. If you are in the area and can, go see my man Roy at the Auto Spa in Crofton. You will not be disappointed. Those of you guys who have seen me out and about, Roy and his team of folks down there at the Crofton Auto Spa, they keep my black car spotless. Actually rode through there today. Roy, I didn't see you today, but I also didn't get the inside of the car clean. I ran through and got the outside done. But Roy always takes care of me, and definitely appreciate you popping on. When he found out I had a YouTube channel, he was like, "Really? Hold on, wait, what is it?" And like my man, he's been watching, and when I go there, we talk about barbecue and things like that. So definitely big ups, Roy. I really appreciate you popping on and hanging out. Aaron says, Dash, I'm supporting you to the next SEA competition. Well, Aaron, the PayPal is listed below. Nah, dude, I am. You know what? Here's all the support I need, man. Just give me a pat on the back. Like my SEA membership is already paid for the next year, unfortunately, because it auto renews. And even though there has not been an event, I don't know if I'm going to any events. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Mike says, Dash, I'm all new to YouTube channel. How do you get edit parts of the videos and make them longer? So editing is a whole new thing, man. I'm telling you, if you're on YouTube, then you can learn how to edit a video. Period. Because there's so many people who are talking about editing. Whatever editing software you choose to use, there's someone out there who has done a video on it, guaranteed. BZ says catering has slowed down quite a bit. Kind of tough because beef is so expensive. BZ, sell them something else. Don't don't let your business go down or slow down because you can't sell beef, man. Just sell them something else. Let them know that hey, beef prices are what they are. If you still want beef, I'll sell it to you, but it's going to be a little more expensive. But in lieu of beef, you can cook pork or you can cook chicken. Those people who don't eat pork will probably eat beef and chicken, and those people who don't eat pork and or beef will probably eat chicken. And those are the top three: pork, beef, and chicken. Now you have other options. Obviously, you can cook some turkey. You can cook some salmon. You can cook some fish. You figure it out, man. Do something else. Just don't stop. Just keep moving forward, man. Just cook something else. Mark Henderson says he ever thought of freezer meals like meal planning. So yes and no. I have a friend that does meal planning. He's in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've seen him do meal prep. And yo, I don't know if I want to sit and do that. I know that I have a hard enough time when I have big catering events, like when I'm cooking for 48 to 72 hours all told between cooking and prep and then getting everything ready and then actually doing an event, 3 or 4 days worth of work. And I mean, I'm sure he's making his money off of doing the meal prep, and I won't say I'm sure, I know he's making his money off of doing the meal prep, but that's not necessarily something that I want to get into. But I've seen it done, definitely. Aaron, definitely. Let's go. Been a long day. Just want to say I love my new hoodie. Too bad it hit the 80s this week. Later, everybody. Well, Mr. Hockett, thank you so very much for hanging out. And here is my hoodie. Is this my hoodie right here? It is my hoodie right here. So, those of you guys who don't know what he's talking about, actually, I won't say teamed up, but I'm put together the ability to order shirts. Actually, this shirt that I'm wearing is a Teespring shirt. I will be completely honest with you. I'm not the biggest fan of the Teespring t-shirt, but I am in love with the hoodie. I am in love with the hoodie. It is beyond perfect. So very soft. Fits very, very nicely. And beyond in love with the hoodie. Aaron says SEA, 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 SEA. You're going to jinx me. You're going to, hex me to do an SEA event. Huh. Question J says he wish he was closer. Need someone that can detail his truck. Too dang hot down here, dude. Man, here, Texas, all kinds of other products being reinvented right now. Pulled pork is a huge seller and cheap buy in bulk. Yes, indeed, Jimbo. Hey, Adam, thank you very much, man. The Texas barbecue guy is knocking it out. Part with a smoker, I think he has a future. Really pulling for him. Yeah, I agree. Pork and chicken is still flying through the doors here, Alton says. Dash, have you ever made a video on how much food is needed per each person for catering? So, easy. I have kind of talked about it, and actually that brings me to a very valid point. I want to do another series of frequently asked questions. So here is your chance to ask me a question that I will try and answer. I'm going to get my little notepad up here. So those of you guys who are asking how much food, so you basically, how much food is needed per person for catering? How much food is needed per person for the events. Now, my go-to is a half a pound per person plus a 25% overage. Oh, thanks, Adam. I appreciate you. Zachary Rosenblum says, "Hey, y'all." So easy. Here we go. My normal calculation is half a pound per person plus a 25% overage, and that usually gets you in the ballpark. And oh, you want me to fill it up for you? Is that what that was?
In the morning, right in the morning, maybe.
Sure.
Not today. I have all I need.
All right, you're welcome. Good job on finishing your gallon of water today. Hey, can we get comments? Hey, congrats to my wife for finishing her gallon of water today. Just come here. No, that one.
This one.
Taste tester number 3. They love you. I was just gonna get you to come over here and say hi.
Hi.
You gotta wait till you're on screen before you say hi.
Hi.
All right. So now, if you're here, you know what you have to do.
More butter, please.
All right. Thank you. Good night. All right. Time for bed.
Let's go.
All right, they're saying congrats. Jimmy said congrats. Zachary said congrats. Paul says whoop whoop. BZ says good job, sister. Kent says congrats. What's up, Preston? He says hey yo. MTG says congrats. Conrad says hi. And Question J says hey, test tester number 3. Question J said more butter, baby. Yo, those of you guys who have been around for a while, I really do appreciate you guys who humor me when, I try to get you to say and do different things. Anyway, Jimbo says the wood video will be a FAQ video about prep work. I think it's what breaks a lot of new guys is not including the cost of your time and prep work into the bill. All right, let's talk about preparation for catering. But all right, perfect. Way to go. I couldn't drink a gallon of water in a week. Man, so dude, a gallon of water is nothing. I don't think it's I don't think a drink of a gallon of water after a good run. Well, what's going on, metallurgical binds? The day of a good run. All right, Zachary. Well, we put it all together. So you just keep on commenting. That just helps the engagement go on up. Go ahead on. You can comment single word comments to make your sentences from here on out. Word gets in the way of my alcohol intake. I knew I liked you for a reason. So speaking of alcohol intake, that's how I got my nickname Dash. God bless you, brother, and hi from Africa. Is Aline? Is it Aline? Is it Alan or is it Aline? Where in Africa are you? Is it sir, madam? Dash, how do you charge for your time and supplies like wood and charcoal and such? So Mike, we've talked about that. That's when you take your food cost and you multiply it by 3. One of those times is going to be for the actual cost of the food. One of those times is going to be for the cost of your materials and things, your consumables, and one is a little bit of profit. Zach builds up to 1. That's what's up. It just builds up to 1. Person says, I think I'm going to land a pretty big job catering for a local business protest of the city government. I offer my services if they can help on protein. Well, that's what's up. All right, so let's see. Builds up to 1 long comment that just keeps going. All right. What are the most must-haves to start catering? Guns and barbecue, says must-haves to start. All right, I will put that one on. Hey, what's up? I will let her know, Tosh. Looking like he coming from a ski trip. Thank you very much, Algeria. All right. I'm doing my first camp in July called Smoking the Grove, Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. It's a beginner level KCB event. Well, Spring Grove. Why do I know where Spring Grove? I actually know where Spring Grove is because there is a SCA event there, I think. Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. Yep. Come on, man. Here we go. Yeah, there's a SCA event in Spring Grove. When I drink alcohol, I drink alcohol. When I drink water, I drink water. All right, I guess Zachary says it's keep gonna going on forever. That's what happened to the free grill. Nothing. I just haven't worked. Man, it's been hot. I've had other things to be doing. I am in the U.S., Alan. Yes, some skills. Andre says. I am juggling multiple conversations, and yes, 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 indeed. Whew. But I'm caught up to the comments. Hey, if you have not left a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it if you do. I tell you guys all the time, it really does not only help me feel better about myself and me doing these videos, it helps these videos and also helps my channel immensely. So if you could please hit that thumbs up, I would be grateful. Really do appreciate it. Here's a good one, business license or not. Gosh, man, I try to avoid this question so very much. Business licensing. Oh, shoot. B-U-S-I-N-S-S-L-I-C-S-I-N-G. I spelled that all wrong. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Uncle Steve, what's going on? Just ribs would be a blast. Unless you're cooking beef ribs, I cannot partake. I do not eat pork. Want to send something for us to try? Thank you, Question J. Steel Drum Smokers Barbecue, P.O. Box 3236, Catonsville, Maryland 21228. So I want to say thank you to Question J. Question J, when I hit 10,000 subscribers, Question J took it upon himself to commission a play button to commemorate the fact that I had 10,000 subscribers. Please do not think that is not lost on me. I am so very appreciative. When I go into my desk at work, I look up behind my desk and I see that plaque, and it is so very dope. So thank you so very much, Questa J. Not to put you on the spot, but I really, really, really do appreciate that. That was so dope, so kind of you. FAQ, cost of stainless chafing dishes and such versus disposables. Jimbo, I go disposable. I go disposable because I really cannot afford. So here's the thing. All right, you know what? I think versus disposable. So here's one thing that people don't think about when you start talking about chafing dishes, like stainless stuff versus disposables. Where are you going to store those things when you're not using them? I'm just going, boom, drop that right there. What's the best catering style? Buffet layout or plate serve? I've got my own answer, but I figured I'd try to help with questions for the series. Guns and barbecue, I prefer a buffet type. Because it's easiest to me. But I think, and this is one of those things where it's not a series per se, just a questionnaire, but like seriously, a frequently asked questions, and that's not one that I get very, very often. I'll put it down. Buffet versus plate. and serve. Um, and I'll put optional on this one. So to me, it's gonna be buffet because buffet you're gonna need less people. In a buffet line, you can have. I've done it where you have four. Actually, I've had two people covering an entire line of food, and they can cover two or three pans, and or okay, this person is covering the meat, so they're covering the the two different pans of brisket because I do a lean and a moist, and then the pork and the chicken, and then the other person is covering the sides, and they can kind of explain the sides and they can explain the proteins to me. When or if you have a plate and serve, to me, I would imagine you're going to need more staff, more personnel, and it's just going to complicate things. But the difference between those two things is you can ration things a lot better if you do a plate and serve type deal than if you did a buffet type deal. But if you just tell the people who are serving at the buffet who are doling out the food, hey, you know what? I'm just going to put one or two pieces on these things. Hey, everybody's got to get something to eat. That I don't know, man. It's a mixed bag. So what happened there? Killing Joros is true. Yes, it's true. Very, very true. Started barbecue as a backyard hobby. It must now feel like a chore. Have you lost the enjoyment? So, Mark, there is some enjoyment lost. I will be completely honest with you. There are times when I'm getting up at 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm cooking, and then I'm up until 10 or 11 o'clock that day, and I've had a long day because I cooked, and then I've delivered food, and then I've been cordial when I've delivered food, and or I've cooked for people, and they don't understand what it takes to get stuff done, and I still have to be cordial around my family, and I have other things, responsibilities to do. So yes, there are times when it is a chore and it is work, okay, but you know what? I would, I won't say I wouldn't trade it. There are just some times when I'm like, you know what? I've gotten to the point where I can kind of be slightly more choosy with the jobs that I take and the jobs that I accept. Um, in the beginning, I said yes to everything, and that was not a sustainable business model because I was running myself ragged. And no, now I like to have that whole work life balance you hear people talking about in corporate America. Same thing when you run a small business, definitely. What's up, B? On my way home, I'll be there in a few. That's what's up. What's the first thing you recommend for customers for an event? So Jimmy, I normally recommend as far as what's the first thing I recommend is I tell them beef, chicken, and pork. That's the base of any event. And for the same reason, I say the same thing all the time. There's gonna be people that's gonna eat pork. The people who don't eat pork will usually eat beef, and the people who don't eat pork or beef will usually eat chicken. And then those people who don't eat beef or pork, beef, or chicken, that's a huge mistake, and maybe they might want some salmon. So you can upsell them some smoked salmon, and definitely smoked salmon is easy, and it is I won't say affordable, but it is very easy, and you can get the job done. So, but beef, chicken, and pork are my staples, Jimmy. You can also recycle the disposables and get some of your costs back. Yes, certain pieces of the disposables you can recycle. The water pans, sometimes I don't get those because I mean it's just really not worth it. But the racks, if I'm sitting somewhere and I can actually get the racks back, I will take the racks back. The serving utensils and things like that, if I'm sitting somewhere and can get those back, I will take those back. Cameron said I'm firing up my new to me barbecue smoker. I came across a used one for a price I couldn't resist. The smoker is going to be interesting. That's what's up. Hey, no problem. You and your videos helped me in a hard time. Well, Quester J, I'm so very glad, man. Like, really, really, really glad that you are doing better. I know you're not 100%, but I'm glad you're doing better. Liability insurance for catering could probably fall under business license. Yeah, man. Actually, got a I have an event that I'm trying to do for some friends, and the venue has required that I have um, business a certain bit of liability insurance, and I'm like afraid to ask how much it's going to cost me. How do you keep the food warm at the event once it's off the grill? So Jasmine, you use warmers, or keep it in the Cambro, which is the passive warmer. As long as the food is warm when it goes in, it'll stay warm for hours, hours, hours on end. Jasmine also says, "More butter, baby." That's how often do you get repeat service? Mike, it depends. So I might not necessarily get repeat service, but there are times when I've done events for people multiple. There's some people that will, hit me up every year to do a Thanksgiving turkey. There are people who hit me up around Christmas. People who hit me up around Easter. I mean, I get repeat business, and there are people who just about once a quarter or so, they're like, "Hey, man, I'm fiending for that brisket. I need some more of that brisket," and that's how they hit me up. I don't. I try not to pressure people into buying like again and again and again. I think I said this before. My food speaks for itself, and people they just what usually ends up happening. They'll have my food at an event, let's say, and then they'll go somewhere and they're like, "Oh man, I went to this place, I went to that place, and I tried to get some brisket, but it wasn't as good as your brisket. So that's why I'm hitting you up because I want your brisket because it was that good." So does that count as repeat business? What kind of cooker do I use? I have a few different homemade cookers for the most part, and actually my ugly drum smokers I made those myself as well. Buffet style much easier. The plate service one time it was a nightmare. Well, I got see guns and barbecue. This is why we're all friends, okay? Because I mean, there's pros and cons to each. Now, don't get me wrong. Buffet can be a bit of a bear because you have to have people, but the whole plating, no. It's just going to require more people. When you do your buffet, do you stay and serve the people, or do you have them serve themselves? So BZ, it depends. If they're paying me to stay on site, I stay on site. But when they pay me to stay on site, a lot more often than not, I am doing a lot of the backfilling as opposed to actually doling the food out to people. If you understand what I mean, I'm only one person and I can only cover so much, right? If I have a buffet line and I have, 10 stations, so or let's say 6 stations, 4 of those stations or 2 of those stations might be the moist brisket, the lean brisket. Again, I separate my briskets out. Okay, the pulled pork station, a pulled chicken station. Maybe there's a fish station. There might be a potato salad station. There might be a macaroni salad station. There might be a coleslaw station. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand there and I'm going to answer questions about the food. I'm not going to be putting food on people's plates. You're an adult. You can do that. Now, there are different times when, if they're paying me to serve people, then I'm going to serve people. But it depends. It really does depend. All right, got to close my laptop. The battery's dying there. I don't have it plugged in. Guns and barbecue, we carried separate liability. We carried separate liability insurance to protect us, not just for possible issues with food, but also if someone got hurt on our property equipment. Try to season yet on fries. Jay, I have not tried to season yet on fries, and the seasoning is like it's right behind me. I have not made any fries here yet. Jay, you gotta bear with me, but it's right here. I have not used it yet, just because I haven't made any fries. Though, in the summertime, I cook a lot less. It's too damn hot to be cooking. What do you think life would be without barbecue? I don't know. I do not know. That is a very good question. Um, I don't know. And the thing is, my car friends are how and or why I got into doing barbecue. Um, I mean, I went to Texas and I couldn't get the barbecue that I got in Texas back here, and that's what got me cooking. But what got me selling barbecue was my car friends. Smoked spaghetti squash with sauteed vegetables work for vegans if there are a couple roaming around an event you're catering. All right, so now here's the thing. So I'm going to see you and I'm going to raise you. There are some vegans, vegetarians that will not and do not want to have any vegetable or anything cooked in any smoker or device that was used to cook meat at all. So I'm gonna just let you ponder that one for a second. It wasn't too bad, really. I think it was a neighborhood of $600 a year for $2 million in coverage. Yo, but see, here's the problem I have, Substrate. I'm doing one event. One event. I don't know. I don't need uh, a year of coverage. Johnny, what's going on? Oh my gosh. We do with leftover food from an event. Hopefully, Mike. Well, actually, Mike. Typically, I leave that food is already paid for, so it's their food. I am not taking it back with me or anything like that. No rush dash. Need some feedback for my next rub. That's the base for it. All right, no problem, Jay. Jay, I tell you what, man. I tasted it. It is good. I taste a little bit of. I taste a little bit of sweet and savory with it, and herbs in there too. A little bit of paprika. I'm tasting. But definitely some sweet and savory. There's some things in here I can't necessarily put my head on, or, but I like it. It is herby, and I do like it from the taste of tasting it out of the bottle. But as well as I do, out of the bottle versus on something are two very different things. But I got you, Jay. I got you. Nick says, "What up, man? Do you always cook just prior to an event or for an event, or do you sometimes cook a day in advance and reheat for an event?" So, Nick, it depends on the event and how busy I am going to be. There have been events where I will cook like events. Let's say the event is on Saturday. I will start cooking on Wednesday, and I'll cook part of the food on Wednesday into Thursday, and then I'll cook part of the food Thursday into Friday. Have everything done, have everything prepped. That event where I did for like 500 people, I started cooking on Wednesday for a Saturday event. And I prepped everything, got everything done, got everything refrigerated, and then I was able to take the food with me to the venue and reheat everything. And that was a great thing. Some people that are like, "Oh, my event is at 4 o'clock. I'm going to start cooking at 4 o'clock in the morning. It'll be done at 4 o'clock in the afternoon." Nah. I'm not cutting it that close. Like last weekend, I had some ribs I had to take care of somebody. When I talked to the lady, she said, "Oh, I want a rack of ribs. I want a couple racks of ribs." I said, "Listen, in order for me to cook for you, I need you to cover my costs." Excuse me. I said, covering my costs is going to be 2 racks of ribs. Do you want 2 racks of ribs? I said, if you want 2 racks of ribs, then I'll cook for you. She said, "Oh, 2 racks is not a problem. I'm going to get one for me, and I'm going to get one. I'm going to send one across the street, and this is for somebody cool with my neighbors." I said, "All right." So I said to her, I said, "Hey, when do you want these ribs?" I'm like, "I can have them done for you about 1 or 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon." She said, "Oh, no, 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 no. Is there any way you can bring them past later? Because I want to have them for dinner." I'm like, "Well, if I bring them to you earlier, it's not going to stop you from just putting them in the fridge or leaving them sit out for a little while and just put them in the oven, warming them back up, and then you can eat them whenever you want to." She said, "Oh, no, no, no. Can you please bring them to me at 5 o'clock?" All right, cool, no problem. Well, that didn't stop me from getting up on Saturday morning at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning and getting the ribs done. The ribs were done by 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I kind of just, let them sit for a little while. They cooled off, and then I wrapped them up. And, about 4 o'clock, I hit her up and I said, "Hey, just in case you were home, I can bring you your ribs a little early. I know you said you wanted them at 5 o'clock, but they're ready now. Would you like me to bring them to you?" She said, "Oh, no, no, I'm cool. I'm home. Sure, please bring them by." So, it's one of those things where I do not want to do things last minute. Do you have goals, money, profits in mind this summer for events you do, or play it by ear? Dude, I play it by ear. I am not in the mindset of, oh, I want to. I tell you the one time where I had profit in mind, and some of you guys know this, some of you guys have heard this before. When I bought Vicky, I actually bought Vicky through a loan through PayPal. PayPal did this thing. It was called, oh man, why can't I think of whatever the name of the program was? Oh, I think it was PayPal. Excuse me. I think it was like PayPal Business Capital, or it was some sort of PayPal thing. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's escaping me. Anyway, the way it worked out was I got a loan through PayPal, and because I was running a lot of my sales through PayPal, what they did was they would take 20% off of the top and pay back the loan. So of course, I was hustling and selling any and everything through PayPal in order for me to get this loan repaid. And I mean, I paid that thing off in less than a year. In less than a year in sales, and again, they took 20% off of my sales, and I mean, it wasn't a thing at all. I just, you know, buckled down and knuckled up and got it done. Gonna call it a night. Well, Questa J, thank you very much. Had to walk 30 miles in freezing rain and mail packages today. You know, the question about the life without barbecue. Spent many years learning to cook, and I could not imagine having to make all those mistakes again. Jimbo, I completely understand. You can buy coverage for a single event. Prices can range from around $60 to up over $250, depending on the number of people. South Street, yo. I mean, that makes me feel a lot better. It really does, because I you know, I was worried about it, because I'm like, how much coverage am I going to need, and is the insurance going to cost me more than I'm going to make in profit from this event? So that is awesome to know that I can do like single event coverage. So that is dope. Anthony just got here. Well, you know, welcome aboard. Nothing wrong with you know, getting here a little later than everyone else, being tardy to the party. Just as long as you hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button for me, please. I would greatly appreciate it. I don't care what time you get here, as long as you hit the thumbs up. Good evening, you beautiful folks. Steven says. Steven is checking in from Trinidad, and definitely appreciate you, you know, checking in from Trinidad. Yeah, like. Yeah, Steven, I can't say thank you enough for all that you do, and I've said it before, for all that you do in the barbecue community, as far as, you know, hanging out on the live streams, watching videos, making comments, leaving comments. You're one of the real MVPs, man. Definitely. Jimbo says nice chat. Need to heck out. Well, I guess. Thank you very much, Jimbo. Definitely appreciate you hanging out. Where's Jim been? He hasn't been here in a hot minute. And then also, Alton, if you're still here, tell Ryan he needs to come and say hi too. Alright? Let's see. Now my sticker for you, Alton, is on oh wait, it's on that one over there. I can't reach it. Brian says, I'm home. Well, you better tell Lucy that you're home. I don't really care. What's the best kind of scale to weigh out your food? So, Jasmine, I have found that I actually, a long time ago, a while ago, and actually I'm going to finish off this bit of the clear. Just, somebody play taps for me, because it's gone. I want to get it all, too. I'm going to let it just drip there for a second. The scale that I have, actually, if you look in the description of my video, I have an Amazon link to a updated version of the scale that I have, and it will weigh out 20 pounds or 22 pounds, so it's a 10 kilo scale. And the reason I did that is because there have been times when I've needed to weigh out 15 pounds or something, and if you have a scale that only goes to 10 pounds, Obviously, that's not going to work out. No problem, Steven, man. I really, really, really appreciate you. Jasmine says, much love, Dash from Louisiana. My husband watches you all the time. Well, thank you. Miss Jasmine, is it Morvant? Thank you so very much. Tell him I said, hey. All right. Actually, you know what? Tell him I said, hey, yo. And why isn't he watching now in the comments? Huh? Why isn't he here? Hey, look, man, I've said it before, and I really, really, really want to emphasize this, that I know you guys can be doing any and everything else, but sitting here with me, looking at my ugly mug, I really am appreciative that you guys are willing to hang out with me. You know, just BS and drink some drink. All right. Morgan says, good evening. I got my heat haul kicked Saturday night by some ribs in my side firebox. I'll talk to you while I'm about keeping heat going. Do you have one? I do not have a smoker that has an offset firebox. What happened? I guess that's the question, Morgan. What happened? What details? How do you find out? How do you find out if you need insurance through your state? So, Mike, the thing is this. When or if you ask questions or start asking questions about catering and or licensing, they will tell you what insurances you need to carry. Trust me when I tell you, though the folks who are in the business of giving you a yay or a nay for your business, they'll definitely tell you all of the things that you need to have. And sometimes you don't necessarily, it might not necessarily be a requirement, but it's one of those things that they suggest, especially with our sue happy, I'm suing for this, I'm suing for that, the climate, and it's just one of those things where you can cover your butt. Just like having an LLC will do the same thing. If something happens and someone wants to sue you, hey, you can sue my limited liability corporation that has no assets. Go right ahead. My corporation is broke on purpose. Yeah. And that was one of the things that I set up in the beginning. I have an LLC. Steel Drum Smokers Barbecue LLC is a thing. It is real. For that reason, I didn't want anybody coming after me and or my property or my things. My business and my personal are separate. So, again, I have zero business assets for a reason. But, still, your mileage may vary. People try to sue me. Oh, they got this dust in my pocket. Man, Jay, who you telling? I got a little bit more than dust. I have some pocket lint. Would you like the pocket lint in my pocket? Would you like the right pocket lint or the left pocket lint? Jay, which one? Oh, Jay, while you're here, and so there are a few different YouTubers who were there at Rocky Mountain Race Week. Off the top of my head, Boosted Boys, Jamie from PFI, Brent from PFI, Cletus is there, James is there, Cooper is there, Trevor from Motion Auto is there, Dave from who's Trevor's friend is Junkyard Dave. Other YouTubers I saw, can't think of any others, but there was a couple. Of course, 1320 video was there. There's a couple other like vehicles I've seen a lot of that had YouTube folks, but I might not necessarily be watching them. Like that chick Alex, I don't know, with the Bad Marrow or something like that. She's out there. She actually she's in the 850 class with James. James is running Ruby in the 850 class. He ran an 858 or 859, and her best 850 pass was like an 856 or 857. So yeah, jump. Magnum. Yeah, I did. He did do the Magnum. He's got the engine swapped in there, and he was racing it. I saw him run once, and he could not get that thing to hook up at all. He will hop like to the 60 foot and then took off, but it was a craptastic pass. I'm trying to think who else was out there as far as YouTubers. There was a couple other people, like some folks that knew Trevor, of course, because of the fact they're in Colorado or started in Colorado. Um, uh, Motion Raceworks, I think, was out there. And there was one or two other people, and I was like, oh, hey, I know that guy, or I've heard that name. So yeah, would make sense to work with Little League to sell barbecue with your games, offer a cut of money. So Mark, I have done something like that. The problem I found is they want too much money most of the time. Where in order for you to make money, you have to raise the prices, and then people are not going to want to pay the price that you have to charge. But I've had people do that. They're like, "Hey, can you come and do this?" And then one of the things that also happens is they start actually trying to take advantage of you. So you have to be careful with doing something like that. One of the things that you can tell folks is, "Hey, my prices are what my prices are. How about I give you 10% of my cut?" Okay. But if someone tells you, "Oh, you need to pay me this amount," okay, well that means I gotta raise the prices a little bit in order to be able to cover my costs for you, and sometimes that's not necessarily worth it. It's not hey, it's a, so it's ayo, AYEYO, ayo. All right. You see, you sound right. Most people don't say Morvant, correct? Morvant. How do you not say more? How do you not say it right? And it's right here watching. Thank you for all the great grilling tips. Well, thank you. So charges, manual, nutrition, scat pack one. Cheers. Seems like the heat works better halfway towards the thermostat and it reads what the temp is, but couldn't get that work. Ended up waiting, watching until 6 a.m. for the stove. They wanted to bed. So Morgan, I'm a big proponent of water. You add water to your cook chamber, it will help even out the temperatures. Um, Heat works better halfway towards the thermostat, and it's a thermometer. A thermostat is what you put on the wall, and it raises and lowers the temperature. Pet peeve of mine. Sorry. Again, your thermometer or your temperature gauge. A thermostat is what goes on the wall inside your house to tell your heater or air conditioner to turn on. Turn on. It just seems like there's too much heat. So if there's too much heat getting into your cook chamber, you need to find ways in order to level that heat out. You can try like baffle plates. You can try adding some water, like a little bit of a water pan, to help even that temperature out. Steven says, I'm back. We get the grill and barbecue conversation. Yeah, hey, Alan, we've been talking, man. You've been in and out. I might one JG say, oh, what? Dude, I don't know though, Jay. The 1J in the RX-7 is a bit heavy. The 1J engine is a bit big. I did say water. Yes, a water pan. Alton, and it's Wouder. Every time I hear Ayo, I hear Omar from The Wire. Oh yeah, Omar's coming. Nutty as hell. But you know what's crazy? I've told this before. I didn't know about The Wire until I actually moved to Baltimore. And it was 2 or 3 years after I moved to Baltimore before I watched the entire Wire season. Or series, rather. What are you going to use? Kind of prepare for besides basketball? Entertainment, man. We are going to set some chairs up down there, and hopefully we can find a inexpensive projector and use the media server in the house and project some movies onto the wall on the garage. Put up a portable screen or maybe like a canvas something out there, and that's it, man. So where the hexagon used to be, my wife actually was like, hey, we should put a fire pit in the middle and then do like some stone around it. So I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be a lot. But yeah, so we already have a place for a fire pit. Our backyard is just, slowly but surely getting transformed. Where the paint will help, and a cheap cookie sheet from the dollar store makes a serviceable baffle. Yo, South Street, a plethora of information. That is a practitioner right there. Oh, kind of like what you did with making heat travel to opposite end, right? Yes, exactly. He's going to be teaching old ladies how to do the wobble and the cha-cha slide on that pad. Hey, look. To the left. Turn back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Alton, don't put it past me. The thermostat is what I put in cars. That's the whole thing. The thermostat does the same thing. So a thermostat is a switch, and the switch is turned on by heat. So same thing with the thermostat in a vehicle. The thermostat in a vehicle, once the thermostat hits a certain temperature, it opens up a valve and it lets coolant travel throughout the engine. Same thing, the thermostat on the wall will, once it hits a certain temperature, it'll either turn on or turn off your heat or your AC. I'm a cheapskate. Ain't nothing wrong with that, South Street. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Internal temp is the key to great barbecue. Am I wrong? No, you are not. You are not. I have been teaching and preaching this for years. Stop talking about how long it takes for something to cook and talk about the temperature, internal temperature. I don't cook the time. I do not cook the time. I cook the internal temperature. And again, it's one of those things where I cook the internal temperature and then I make sure it feels right. Sometimes the temperature can be there, but it just doesn't feel right. Other times you are well before your temperature and it feels like, it's like butter, baby. How do you get baffle plates for an offset? You make them, Mike. It just depends on the type of cooker you have, as opposed to what sort of baffle plates. This is let's say thermometer. No problem, Morgan. I'm telling you, it's not you. Any and every time I hear someone say thermostat when they point to a thermometer, I scream at the screen. Like if I'm watching on my phone, if I'm watching on my laptop, I'm just like, it's a thermometer. It's not a thermostat. There's a pretty famous YouTuber, and everybody knows Alan. Most folks know Alan. He says thermostat every single time. Almost every single time he says thermostat. And almost every single time I'm like, it's a thermometer. Like either call it a thermometer or a temperature gauge. One of those two will work. It's not a thermostat. Taste testing number 2. Did you want to come and sit down for the last couple of minutes of the live stream? I don't know what value you're going to add, but you can definitely come and sit down. I wasn't trying to be a jerk earlier. I just didn't know what you would add to the conversation when we were having a conversation earlier.
I understand.
Slide around. Go ahead, slide around. Yeah, no. I'm not moving my legs. You got to move yours.
Okay.
You got to slide over closer to me. Oh, I guess I do have to move my legs now. See, this is why I didn't want you here. One, you all close to me. Oh, hot. Can you come in here? You're making me hot.
Oh.
All right.
Hello.
So taste testing number 2 is here. Let's see. Fire, keeping it clean and internal temperature exactly out. Number 1 question: barbecue YouTuber gets what temp? I'm like, damn it, man, dude. I'm telling you, I've gotten around that temperature question out by saying a range of temperatures because I'm cooking for people and I don't want to tell you my temperature that I cook to. I don't, and I don't tell folks. So I give you a range. Hey, look, your range is gonna be between here and here. You figure out where you like it. Boom, that's it. Yes, neighbors gonna catch them out there doing cha-cha. Hey, look, I've danced in videos before. Do not put it past me, Mike. Jack says Alan has mad fab skills, so it's okay. Alton says, come on, you can't. I have not. Have you noticed? I have not yawned the entire time I've been on here. His guy gets over here, and what does he start doing? Yo. And you wonder why. So it's going to be a while before you're invited back to the next live stream.
Hello, I saw you said you want to taste tester number 2.
All right. B says 8 p.m. Texas time. Well, I'm not in Texas, sir. And you are far.
Hello,
Yeah.
Cup and Stuff Barbecue.
That's Mr. Jimmy.
Hello, Mr. Jimmy.
All right. Morgan says, man, I tried mustard on my ribs and drumsticks and it worked beautifully. You don't taste the mustard and it really does hold the seasoning. Morgan, binders, you can use binders however you want to use binders. I usually just use water. Yes, Alton, water as a binder. Just so there's no, I can say, check the temp on the end of the cook. Check for tenderness. First question asked, what was the temp of the brisket at the end of the cook? So Alton, the whole thing is, I mean, I get it, and you know why that is. It's because everyone is selling barbecue probes, and the probes will tell you a temperature. In order to use the probe, you need to know what temperature to shoot. To shoot for. So I understand why people are wanting to know what the temperature is. Are you gonna watch it actually?
I was listening to you and trying to soak up information.
Your brown note is showing. He doesn't know what that is. Wait till he gets to corporate America. He'll know what that means. But Alton, I get it. Real recognize real says barbecue and beer.
They're right there behind.
Go, my fan, I know.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't put the phone that far away because obviously I can't see it either.
That's way better.
All right, so barbecue and beer hand in hand. What is the best cheap beer to go? Mine is Ham's best bang for the buck. So I am I'm type 2 diabetic, so I can't necessarily drink any and every type of beer. So those of you guys who give me grief about drinking Miller Lite, more power to you. But I drink Miller Lite because I like it, and it's not that expensive, and it does not destroy my sugar. It just says I understand about thermostat versus thermometer. My don't push my button is dry brine. But you already know. Oh, I know. Victor, I am a dry brine evangelist is what, you know, I have a friend that calls me a diesel evangelist. Hold on one second. I'm gonna take over that channel, bro. She coming. Get this. Oh, you know what? If he wants to, sure. Because I can sit back and just reap the benefits. Because guess what, Alton? The PayPal money still goes to my account. So go ahead and take over the channel if you like. Just saying. Just saying. 30 seconds dance party, Cupid shuffle. Yeah, man. Mike Hall says, hello, young man.
Yes, I was fighting a yawn a couple times.
Yeah, Making sleepy. Got any coughing right now? Well, oh, man, stop talking about the firework.
He did. He yawned.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, this, yeah. This one right here. Get that money off your back. Monkey off your back. No, man. Wedding coming up, and I'm catering for it. They asked if I could supply glass plates for 200 plus people. Have you been faced with something like this? If so, what did you do or say? Can you rent? I do not know whether or not you can rent glass plates, Nick. But here's the deal. If you cannot rent glass plates, then you are going to build them for glass plates. And then if you build them for glass plates, guess what? You're like, hey, maybe you build them for 50 to 75% of the cost of the plates, and you eat the other 50 to 25%, right? But guess what? Now you have glass plates that you can use on the next events. But where are you going to put those plates? Where are you going to put them?
200 plus. That's a lot of plates.
Yo, and here's the deal. You have 200 people, right? There's no way that those 200 people are not going to break something and or want seconds. They're not going to take their dirty plate back up to the buffet. So you're probably looking at purchasing 300 plates just to make sure you don't run out or something along those lines. Bruh, I'll steer clear of that one. Just, you know, we're gonna have to figure out another solution. I have not checked out what the A1C is, but my reader, I've been doing really well recently. Actually, been going low as far as my blood sugar's been going low. Had to adjust my insulin and dial it back just a little bit because it was going low, too many times. But I've been hovering about an average of between like 90 and 110 in the past like 90 days or so. So I actually need to go to a new endocrinologist. My endocrinologist left the practice they were at and he moved away. So I got to find a new one, and I'm sure my A1C, I'll find out what it is soon. My dad is type 2, really got what he wants.
Watch.
I guess yeah.
Really gotta watch what you want.
What I cook him.
Yeah.
You was right, but that you don't want, yeah, buddy. Miller Lite #1, yes indeed. I need to light some more to fireworks to wake you up. Well, you go right ahead. Go right ahead. It's a hot minute. I swear, them blings getting slower and slower. Oh yeah, he's saying you. That's what he looked like out. He's like, yeah, buddy. I'm gonna have to throat chop him.
No.
Moonshine does not cure everything. Moonshine is the reason why there are times when I be like yawning and leaning. Ooh, buddy. Good stuff. Probably 6.0 or better. I don't know about that, man. Lowest I've gotten is like a 7 and some change, like a low 7. I'm a fat kid. I love cake, and there are times when I'm like, blood sugar be damned. Dash, thank you so much. Always, brother. No problem, Morgan. Catching the next time. Good night to you and your twin from San Antonio. Hey, be easy. Hey, you know what, Morgan? I would like for you to go to the barbecue station for me, please. That was my favorite spot in San Antonio. I was down there in San Antonio on a deployment, and I went to barbecue station like 4 days out of the 5 days I was in San Antonio. Yeah. The key. Throat chop, full extension, follow through. Typing is terrible. I've been welling all day. So what does that have to do with anything, Brian? He said his typing is terrible. Been welling all day. What does that have to do with the? You know what? My mom used to say stuff like, "What does that got to do with the price of tea in China?" What? Exactly. What? What does that even mean?
That's
old people saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But one of the most famous sayings that Grandma says is "one monkey don't stop no show." I love that one. I say that one all the time.
Granddad always says
or her head makes it soft behind.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
If it was a snake, it would have bit you.
Oh yeah. Oh man. You telling me the sayings that they say? Guess what? I already know. I already know. Look, or he probably tell you this is not our street number address on the house.
I haven't heard that.
No,
one.
he used to tell me that one all the time. So the street number, because Grandma and Granddad were divorced, so he used to tell me all the time, or tell Uncle Aaron and I all the time, this is not that address. Okay. Okay.
I understand now.
Yeah. He basically, his way was his way, and my mom's way was, Grandma's way was her way, and this is not that address. All right. But a hard head makes it soft behind. I wish I had $1 for every time I heard that one. Like, woo, buddy. Man. Anyway, back to the comments. All right, Morgan. Glad. Don't try. There is no try. There is do or do not. Hey, Alton says, real talk. I don't know if you heard, but back surgery is coming up, man. Oh no, I have not heard that, dude.
Good luck.
Yeah, definitely good luck. Alton is the next one, bro. Damn. San Antonio. Is it Kansas City barbecue? No, sir. Surgery. Well, favorite back surgery. I would pour out liquor for you, Alton, but you know, I ain't wasting liquor for that. Just like I don't do beer can chicken. That's a waste of liquor, man. Talk TV shows. You caught up on Ozark? Yeah, man, dude. Real talk, dude. I watched the third season of Ozark, and I was the ending, mind blowing. Mind blowing. If you, I'm telling you, it's just a show. Yo, he gets it. If he's watched the entire season, he knows what I'm talking about. Alton, I think you probably have caught up on Ozarks as well. Ain't wasting liquor. He said you ain't wasting liquor, Aki. Mm-hmm. Third one. Good luck for sure. I'm sipping Wild Turkey right now. What is that? Q-Josic? Q-Josic, maybe? I gave up on the Ozark. Dude, why? I tell you what, the third season, it was slow. It was slow to start. The first season, wrapped in like that. Second season, right back at it. Third season, I was like, what am I? Why? Whoa! At the end, whoa! So I can't wait for season 4. Yo, mind blowing. Yo, that's all I got to say. Okay, I'm gonna pull this a little closer. Pure. What's lower? What's on?
It's me. I can't even see myself.
Well, move over.
This way?
That way.
Okay.
Alright,
Oh.
so well, that's the whole thing. I'm moving it back so you can see the comments a little easier. Hey, if you haven't already hit the thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could. Just started selling food at home. It's hard to do alone. Hey, yes indeed. Por comida. Wait a minute. Pura comida sabrosa. So where are you? Donde estás? Or well, guys, we're out of here. Everybody, be safe out there. Yes, indeed. Definitely, Jack. Say bye to Mr. Jack and Miss Betty.
Bye. Wait, was that the couple?
Yes.
That's doing. Oh, hello.
Yeah, that was the couple. When I did the stream that one time, and they joined us, and they had a tornado, and they had to get off. Yeah. Marinate that chicken in beer, or better yet, drink the beer. Yeah, well, Steven, I don't waste beer, man. I don't waste beer. Count backwards from 10 out loud slowly. Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's like he's gonna be out. Alright, so he's in California. Check it out after finish building everything and have downtime, smoking briskets. Yo, Ozarks, I'm telling you, on Netflix, it is a wild ride. That's all I got to say. Salt Licks in Driftwood, Texas, they have a grill. It was built like a horseshoe. If you have time, check out that grill out. I want one real bad. Well, Morgan, I've never been to Salt Lick. I have seen Salt Lick, and actually, when I was in Austin, they have a Salt Lick in the airport, but there was no way I was paying. It was like $20 for a half pound of brisket. I was like, nah, bruh, I don't want to try Salt Lick that bad. I couldn't do it. Are you still awake?
Yeah,
Barely.
I'm trying. I've been going to sleep earlier.
Look, I was like, you like the food at Salt Lick? Bruh, what's up with you? I found your channel when I was looking up how to price food. That's what's up. Hopefully, I was helpful. Yeah, it does that every now and again where it like disconnects and reconnects. Your food looks delish. Well, thank you very much.
It's very good, I can tell you that.
Jackson's good memory taste tester number 2. Wait, what's good?
Your food.
My food is delicious?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm not even paying him to say that. Thank you.
I really do.
Very
like
helpful.
It.
Thank you.
I like the pulled chicken.
Yeah. What's your favorite food, number 2?
Oh, the pulled chicken. Wait. Ribs Ribs and chicken. Those two are the best.
Look in the freezer over there and see if I have any baby back ribs. Maybe I'll cook some for you tomorrow since you said that you like them.
They have to be hot, like fresh.
Well, I mean, if you're awake when I cook, look on the bottom shelf. Baby backs. There should be some. I know there might be a rack of spares in there, but baby backs. No, that's pulled chicken. Alan says number 2. What's your specialty? He cooks. He cooks pancakes, dog.
No, my specialty. Yes, pancakes.
Or pancakes or eggs.
Yeah, pancakes.
Did you look or what?
I did look.
Come on, man. Look in there. Smoked chicken is always at the top of my list. Mo Mater Mitch. What's up, Mitch? Such a great father. I do okay. Remember you young from the church? Yo, I know. Hey, Crumpus, don't go there. All right, don't go there.
Is this it?
That's what it. Let me see.
Oh no. It says spare.
It does say spare.
Yes, it says spare.
Do you want me to cook spare ribs tomorrow?
It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt, he says.
You
Golly.
want it to fall?
Yes, that if you want spare ribs, you want me to cook spare ribs for you tomorrow, then yes, I need them to thaw.
Okay. They're cold.
In from the freezer. Captain Obvious. We're going to change his name from Taste Tester number 2 to Captain Obvious. Who pays for Netflix is online for free. I pay for Netflix. Try Swedish pancakes. Let's not give him any more pancake recipes. What's my favorite dish? Do you like Mexican food? I do, actually. I like Mexican food to an extent. Yeah, to an extent.
I like Doritos.
How many girlfriends do you have?
Me, I've had.
No.
Right now? Oh, none. I just got broken up with. Sad.
We're just gonna leave it at that. Are Cornish hens worth smoking? And if so, would you try? Mike, funny you mentioned that. I did a video where I cooked Cornish hens, and guess how much Cornish hen got eaten around? How much Cornish hen did you eat?
I don't know.
Yeah, like none.
Yeah.
Like none. This is why at certain times, certain things, I'm like, yo, why did I cook that? Like, I cooked 2 Cornish hens, and I tasted it before, when I brought it in the house, and it was just one of those things where I was like, after I cooked it, I didn't want to eat it. And then I'm like, yo, taste tester number 1, taste tester number 2. Hey, look, there's Cornish hens here. And they were like, okay, I'm going to make oodles and noodles.
I didn't know what.
I'm going to make pancakes. It's chicken. It's just chicken.
Oh, I didn't know what Cornish hen was.
It's chicken. It's just a small chicken, a young chicken.
Oh.
Time for number 2 to learn how to make omelets. Victor, we've been talking to him about omelets. So my wife and I were talking about different omelet types of. He said he really likes making eggs, and I'm like, do you want to be like the omelet guy at the buffet? So, yeah. What Mexican dish? You know what? I don't know if I have a specific. I mean, so here's the problem. I don't necessarily know what all of the Mexican dishes are called. But it's one of those things where if it looks good, if it has the ingredients in it that I'll eat it. Like, I really dig street corn. Like, let the player play. Yo, I mean, I gotta rein him in, you know. I don't want to be a grandparent anytime soon or anything like that.
No.
I just picked up some quail the other day. Mike says he loves quail. Do you always cook? I bet your wife loves it. Lucky gal. I don't always cook. And I have been cooking less. You know why I've been cooking less? Because they don't appreciate when we cook. Right or wrong. We cook and they're like, no, we're not going to eat that. No, we don't want that.
Not
No.
boring, but like at the time I just don't want to eat, or I'll make something and then like earlier the other day you came home with food and I just got done making food for myself.
Yes.
That's what will happen. Like, I'll make food maybe in the middle of the day and then you'll make food again later and then I'm just not hungry. or I just don't want to eat again.
So we are underappreciated when we cook. So my wife and I have been cooking for ourselves and for taste tester number 3 because she is unable. Taste tester number 1, taste tester number 2, they have been surviving off of oodles and noodles, pancakes, and eggs.
I make other stuff like PB and J. I'm a great cook.
Oh. Hey, thank you very much, Steven. I appreciate that. Starting to make frittatas with that leftover barbecue. All right. I love corn. Yes, indeed. Don't say pollo con queso. ¿Qué tipo queso es eso? Pollo.
Cheese.
Pollo.
Pollo.
Con queso.
Chips?
No, con queso. Cheese. You're right. The
Yeah,
first
with
time.
cheese.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what pollo is. Chips? No. I have no clue. Wait.
This is what I'm talking about when we talk about your Spanish teacher teaches you no Spanish. She sucks.
I know
Sucks.
cone.
With.
I know cone.
Everybody knows with. Pollo. Really?
I don't know.
Chicken.
She didn't teach me.
She
that.
sucks.
She's taught me verbs.
Sucks.
Yes.
She sucks as a Spanish teacher. Sucks as a Spanish teacher. She's teaching the same stuff to my 2nd grader as she taught to my 7th and 8th graders. She sucks. You need to hook up the real deal. Holy fire. Well, we'll see. Duck Papa, what's going on? Hey, Dash, I have my trailer running for 4 weeks and have sold out every Friday in less than 2 hours. I messaged you before, but it's a Buckhead Bar. You on Instagram and Facebook. Your video on. I guess but wait, there's more. Well, catering have helped me tremendously. Well, that is what's up, man. Even anything. You might just, I'm telling you. But you know what? Just like they get tired of eating the same things. So, how do you want me to season those ribs tomorrow? Oh, you know what? Maybe will you? How do you want me to season those ribs tomorrow?
I have no clue. It's up to you.
Don't do that. It's up to you. How do you cook?
How would
Yeah, I
gator
get
shit
options.
taste on a rib?
I don't know. We can try it out.
Okay.
Catering. Oh, that's what's up. Yes, I did read that. Number 2, knows how to cook. He knows how to cook certain things. Kids always want chicken nuggets and pancakes. No, we don't give them that option. Very rare. How often do we do chicken nuggets?
Not that.
Yeah,
often.
no. Yo, you are eating adult food.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you chicken nuggets. We go to see. That's part of the problem though, because I tell you, you have a young son. Going to a restaurant and them talking about can I get the ribeye? The hell?
Remember that one time I forgot it was like a seafood buffet and I asked for oysters and the
Yo.
guy was like, you know what oysters
It's like,
are?
wait a minute. So the whole thing was we went to, and there's a pretty famous restaurant here in Baltimore. It's called the Rusty Scupper. And I usually take my wife there for, what are you giggling about?
It was funny at the time.
Yeah, it still is funny. And I've talked about it, not necessarily on a live stream. But so the whole thing is the Rusty Scupper is a seafood. It's right in the inner harbor of Baltimore. If you're ever in Baltimore, I highly recommend the Rusty Scupper. Would you recommend it?
Yeah.
Really good. A little pricey, but definitely very good. They have a Sunday jazz brunch, and what I usually took my wife there for Mother's Day. So we go with this one particular Mother's Day or this one particular Sunday, and test tester number 2 is over at the oyster station, right? And the dude is shucking oysters. And, I kind of stand off to the side because I'm going to let him do what he's got to do, right? I tell him all the time, what do I tell you about a hungry mouth? Or a closed mouth?
A closed mouth doesn't get fed.
So what do you have to do?
Ask
For what?
for food?
For what you want,
Yeah.
all right? So he goes over to the dude shucking oysters, and he's like, hey, can I get 3 or 4 oysters on my plate? And the dude was like, he just looks at him like, for real? He's like, yes, can I please have 3 or 4 oysters? And this is what he said. He's asking very nicely and politely, can I please have 2 or 3 oysters on my plate? And he's like, these oysters, right? The dude's like, these oysters, right? He's like, yes. Can I please have 2 or 3 on my plate? Like, what part of me asking very nicely for some oysters do you not understand?
I thought
And he's like deadpan looking at him like, but these are oysters and you're a child. That was the look he was giving him. And at that point I kind of stepped in. I was like, so you're gonna help my son out with the oysters or what? He looked at me and he looked at him and I was like, he asked you for oysters, right? He's like, yeah. Can you put 3 or 4 oysters on this plate? He's like, you gonna eat these oysters? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat these oysters and they're delicious. You don't eat oysters? What's wrong with you? Like, he was really like, what's wrong with you, man? Why am I put the oysters on my plate? Like, dead serious.
He was so sad.
He was like, but you want oysters on your plate? Yes. And he asked him like 2 or 3 times, very politely, for some oysters, and I'm just standing there like, go ahead, taste tester number 2. Go ahead on. He wouldn't put them on his plate. So yeah, look, real recognized real says, what leftovers? Sounds like my kids. Chicken, yes. 3 kids, they like cooking too. That's what's up. My first time here, but I was subscribing and watching, loving it. Well, Fizzle. 989. I would look up where the area code 989 is, but I can't just yet. Out of greed, no way to have. I grew up. If you don't eat it, what's on your table, you don't eat. That's how I grew up. Oh, thanks. Steven says I'm a good daddy. Well, thank you very much. Season of ribs with syrup. We not sweet rib folks here, Alton. Yeah, this is one ribs dudes. If you're doing that, ribs. Do you have? I have plenty of videos on ribs. I did some ribs. I did a few different types of ribs recently. I did all different types of ribs. I did baby backs. I did beef ribs. I did St. Louis spares, and I did spare ribs within a span of a month.
What's the difference between St. Louis and like normal St. Louis spare ribs and normal spare ribs?
Okay, go get the spare ribs that are over there, and I'll show you. We're gonna have a teaching moment. Message.
Oh, Daddy, the other day when Mama was cooking ribs, she was like, she started cutting up the ribs into small pieces, and I was like, did you even take the silver skin off? And she was like, what's that?
Mommy said that?
Yeah. She was like, what's that and where is it? And then Scott was there too. He was like, you forgot to take off the silver skin? And she thought we were joking. And then we were like, yes, you have to take off the silver skin. And then she was like, wait, no, you don't have to take it off. And then we were
so that's
like,
where the baby bags went.
Yeah.
She cooked. She did something with them.
She did
So
some weird
this
rub thingy.
this is a rack of, or a rack of baby backs, a slab of spares. Okay, so this is the spare rib. This is the entire spare rib. The spare rib is closer to the belly, so this is closer to the back portion. The baby backs come from up here. The belly is down here. The St. Louis spares are from here to about here, and you square up this whole entire piece.
Oh.
So so that's why it's a St. Louis spare. It's a St. Louis cut of spare ribs, and then you have this tip and this tip, and that's when people get rib
what
tips.
Do they do? It's cool. What do they do with this piece?
This is a rib tip. That's what I said. You stop listening.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pick my hoodie up.
Oh.
Anyway.
Can I get one of these, please?
You can pay for it. You can order it. Mid-Michigan. All right. Hey, I'm out. I got to order a bunch of stuff for the opening. Catch you on text. Yes, indeed. Be easy. Hey. Yes, Steven. Thank you so very much. I did put a playlist together of all of those rib cooks. Mike is also from Michigan. Michigan? Mid-Michigan. Gosh. All right, guys. It is about that time. Look, he's falling asleep over there.
I need to wake up in the morning.
For what?
I get off tomorrow.
Oh, he's on punishment. He's like, well, I get off tomorrow. He's on punishment. That's why he's like, I need to get up in the morning.
Yes.
Fortnite is calling. Fortnite is calling me, man.
No,
I haven't been able to play Fortnite in over a week.
I play every
Hey, Alton, be easy, man. Catch my first live stream tomorrow night. I will. After being up late tonight, there is no guarantee I will be up late tomorrow. What should I smoke for my birthday on Friday? Well, first of all, happy birthday. Second of all, whatever you can afford to cook. Pork tongues, the lengua de puerco. Puerco. There we go. Lengua de puerco. Actually had some beef tongue today. It was awesome. Good night, Victor. Hey, definitely. Thank you so very much, Victor, for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you commenting and adding in. You know what Victor does to the live streams? Have you ever heard me talk about putting salt on the watermelon?
No.
All right, so there's a guy. His name is PD Green. Okay, he talks about putting salt on watermelon, and the whole thing is, he said you can't salt watermelon like you're seasoning chicken. You gotta put a twang. A twang. Now, mind you, a twang, just a little bit, like a sprinkle.
Oh.
That's what Victor does to the live streams. He just, boom, he pops in and he leaves a comment. Last week or 2 weeks ago, he left a comment and I was cracking up. With his comment. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry.
Wait, could we find the person that told me to put cinnamon sugar in the batter? Because it was very good. It was
Someone
like
on the live stream said that?
2 weeks ago, when I cooked you pancakes, they were like, put cinnamon sugar in the pancake.
All right.
So I tried it this week, and it was actually very good.
All right. Well, that's where he got that from. Okay. Oh, beef tongue is really good. Never had pig tongue. Yeah. Lengua. Dude, the place where I got the sandwiches yesterday, I got beef tongue. It was phenomenal. It was corned beef tongue. Don't do that. Do not make faces. Do not make faces.
Wait,
I'm gonna cook you some.
like a cow's tongue?
Yes. It was so good. So good. I'm gonna make you beef tongue, and you're not gonna know it's beef tongue, and you're gonna eat it, and you're
If
gonna
it
be
tastes
like,
like corned beef, then I'll
no.
like it. Okay.
You know what, you don't like corned beef all the time?
No, it's really salty.
Not necessarily. When I made corned beef, it was really salty, and it was a fail.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's not indicative of corned beef normally.
Yeah. I usually don't like corned beef.
Ah, man, corned beef is awesome. Hey, Jimmy, be easy. Where am I from? I am from Philadelphia, but I live in. Where do we live?
I think Maryland. Yes, we're in Maryland.
Bruh.
Most for Maryland.
We live in Baltimore. Gosh. Streaming to the ribs. Here's smoking pulled pork. We make pulled pork tacos. That's what's up.
They're good.
Best no salt. Oh, all right. There we go. Thank you very much, Victor. Okay. What he said that had me cracking up, we were talking about, someone asked about a no salt rub. Okay. So a rub that had no salt in it, like maybe if they had high blood pressure or something like that. Mm-hmm. So Victor said the best no salt rub is pepper.
Wait, pepper's a rub? I thought it was just
It is a seasoning, but the whole point is the best no salt rub is just pepper. I know it's lost.
Well, no, of course, because
Thank
if
you,
you
Victor.
were to take out
the salt,
yeah, then it would only be pepper if you're just
Correct.
using salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funnier. It was way funnier at the time. We make tacos de lengua in my culture. How do you eat it? Dude, how you eat it? One bite at a time. Psh, the hell?
Oh, I bite off the first side, then the other, and then I try and like see what I try and hold it up and bite. So the juice. I hate when the juice drips down my arm. Unless I'm eating.
It's because you're not eating taco fast enough. If you got juice dripping down your arm, you're not eating the taco fast enough.
I'll eat it faster next time.
Oh, now I really want tacos de lengua.
Tacos de lengua.
Mm-hmm. What did we say lengua was?
Tongue.
Tongue.
Yes. Tacos
De
lengua.
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 Lengua. Tacos with tongue. No, not with.
Of.
Wait, tacos of tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Why of, not with?
Because con is with.
So
De is of.
wait, but it sounds. Oh, it sounds better in English, but in Spanish it's de. Okay, yes, I understand. Makes great sense.
Yo hablo un poquito español.
Yeah. See.
Alright. Nobody grew up in South Jersey. Well, that's what's up. We're in South Jersey. Hey, Grumpus, he says, do you know where that tongue's been? It doesn't matter, because it tastes delicious. They are delicious with green habanero salsa. You speak good Spanish. Well, thank you.
I
So-
think you was talking to me, but you can take it.
Mentiroso, okay? Mentiroso, okay?
I know it, but
¿Tú
at the
entiendes,
moment,
mentiroso?
At the moment, I did not know what
Uh-huh.
you're saying.
Wait. Pare. Hablando conmigo solamente en español.
Oh.
Say hola. Alright. What's up, Josh? How you doing? Where? Oh, Williamstown. Alright, I definitely know where Williamstown is. Like I said, I grew up in Philadelphia. So South Jersey, y'all, you definitely like the armpit of Philadelphia, for real. Trenton South, Camden, Williamstown. Definitely, I get it. Taco Verde es fuego. Es un fuego.
Hot. Fuego means hot.
Fuego means fire.
Yeah.
Caliente.
fire is hot.
No.
Okay. Fuego means fire.
Stick with me, kid. So, let's see. Pure comida sabrosa. What is sabrosa? Is sabrosa like grilled?
Salsa.
No, sabrosa. Look, read it.
Oh.
Saborosa, actually. Saborosa. Alexa, what is saborosa in English? Yeah, she doesn't translate very well. I grew up in 30 minutes from Philly. That's what's up. Josh is in the house. Everyone say hello. What's going on, Josh?
Hello, Josh.
Mr. Josh. Yeah.
Mr. Josh.
Did they have
Hello.
barbecue competition? I don't know about barbecue competition.
I compete in a pancake competition.
Go Eagles. Hey, can you pass me my hat right there? Can you reach? Come on, don't drop. Oh! Disrespecting the hat. What's wrong with you?
I was close.
Yes, alright. This is what happens when folks come in. Oh, yeah. Good. That one, is that one yours? Do you want that one?
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
I do. Yes. What is it though?
It's a face mask.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Very stylish.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get it out. I want to be the first to wear it. No.
I'm going to paint it with my... yeah. So I have one that matches the eagle, the bird on the hat. Yeah. My dad sent a couple Eagles masks to us for you, me, and your brother.
Yeah, that one's mine.
I don't know why you are looking at this one. Tasty. Okay, sabrosa means tasty. All right, I get that. So her, because you said your husband, it says pure tasty food or pure food that's tasty. All right, so the whole thing is this, right? See this pocket?
Yes.
For a filter, it needs to go on the left side.
Okay.
All right. You're gonna wear that the rest of the time? Sure, you can. That's fine.
I might get hot.
You might get hot. That hot breath. I know you've only brushed. I know you've only brushed your teeth like once in the last 2 weeks.
Today? Yeah.
I'm in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Real recognize real. All right, Pottstown. My Alexa just answered you. Yo, look, Uncle Steve. You know what's so funny? When I talk to Alexa in videos, I leave it in there on purpose because I want people to comment when I trigger their Alexa devices.
Whenever I'm on the game with like a friend or something, they'll know I have Alexa. They'll be like, Alexa, play Travis Scott really fast when I unplug my mic, and then she'll just start playing Travis.
Alexa, what time is it? Shoot. Alright, yeah, my Alexa did the same thing. Yes, sir, tasty. Okay. Super fuego. Mucho fuego.
Yes.
Alright.
Mucho.
Yes, I am her. That's what's up. Well, that's what's up. Real recognized real. Grew up in Williamstown, New Jersey. Fly Eagles fly, baby. I watched the show a long time. Have you ever thought about doing American Royal? Toma, you have to actually get invited to the American Royal by winning other competitions, and I am not. Mine said something delicious or come here. not reading the rest of that one, Steve. Look, his breath crashed my Alexa. Awesome. Oh yeah, we close to kinda. All right, joking. This is joking. Oh, your hot breath. All right, well, we'll throw this away in a little bit. This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was fun. Oh boy. All right. Have you guys finished talking with us yet? Because it's time for me to go to bed, and him too, because apparently he has to get up in the morning. What time can you start playing Fortnite?
I usually wake up at 6, so 6.
No, that's not what time you can start playing Fortnite.
I don't really play Fortnite at like. I don't usually play Fortnite until like.
Uncle Steve, I appreciate that.
Hello, Uncle Steve.
Yeah, Uncle
There's
Steve.
A package coming.
So Uncle Steve, yes, you know. Look, he looked over at the container of shakes is still sitting on the table.
Yeah.
So yes, Uncle Steve's shake is definitely sitting there. And what if I did? Ooh, I could do the thick meat and.
Thick meat.
But we need some salt. The thick meat didn't have it. I need to add a little bit of salt.
We could just have no salt.
No, we're not doing just pepper. Trust me. Mommy did not like that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe do Gator shake.
I want to try just Gator.
Just straight Gator shake.
See if it goes with everything.
All right, we'll do straight Gator shake tomorrow. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at? Dash and number 2.
Fogo de Chao. I
Fogo.
love Fogo.
Definitely Fogo.
Yeah.
We missed Fogo. We usually go to Fogo on Father's Day. We did not go to Fogo this year. Little man, honor your father. Many kids wish for one. Well, that's what's up. You hear what he said?
Yes.
He said, honor your father. You know what that means? No. We'll work it out later. We'll talk about it off camera. That means, anyway, I'm just messing with you. Honor thy father. I think that's probably something biblical, and it's probably like honor thy father.
Yes, that's like the 3rd commandment, I think.
No. Third commandment.
Alexa?
No.
What's the 3rd commandment? Wait, does
Go
she
closer.
even answer religious questions?
I don't know. Ask her.
I thought she was like non.
He who goes to a Catholic school doesn't know what the commandments are.
Alexa, what is the 3rd commandment in the religious Bible?
See, you did too much. You should have just asked for the 3rd commandment.
Alexa, what's the 3rd commandment? And I use the Lord's name in vain.
Learn something new. Mike says, this is funny. Will teachers love this channel. Well, you never know. I'm telling you, after the first hour of the live stream, you never know what we're going to talk about. Right or wrong.
Right.
So what's funny is tomorrow's video. Oh, speaking of tomorrow's video, I got to give it to you guys. Those of you guys who hang out long enough know that you get a sneak peek. The hiccups here. You get a sneak peek of tomorrow's video.
Is that how people like the video before, like, when you just post videos, I'll go to it and I'll see you already have like 10 likes. I'm like, how? Did somebody get here before me?
Yes, they got there before you, one. And two, sometimes they do get the video, or like those of you guys who had or don't know, though the patrons, those of you guys who help support the channel, they you guys get early access to the videos.
I heard the
Hawk says third commandment is whatever Pop says.
Okay.
Well, hey John, we not even don't talk about like Fortnite names or anything like that because Fortnite. All right, so let's see here. Talking that we're gonna do this, and we'll go here.
I'll maintain the chat.
All right.
How do I do it?
Just touch the screen.
Okay.
So yeah, on the left hand, so you don't cover the camera.
Right hand.
Well, I'm sorry, right hand. You're right.
Go ahead, comment. Please don't go too fast. It's my first time reading the chat.
He can't read very well.
Yeah, I can. I'm a very speedy learner.
There's nothing to do with reading, though.
I meant to say read. Alexa knows nothing. I'm so sorry, Alexa.
All right. So those of you guys who are still hanging out, I posted a link for tomorrow's video. Those of you guys who have hung out all the way to the end of the live stream know that that I post the video that's coming up for tomorrow for you to watch ahead of time or watch early. So the whole thing is you kind of have to start reading it. You don't read it out loud. All right, you just read the comment and then you say, okay, is this something I can read out loud?
So you read every comment twice?
Pretty much. So Dash, Watch the Lost Boys of Bucks County is trending in this area. It was a 2-hour special that aired Monday night on ID Network. Super crazy. It's about Cosmo Donardo, if you remember that. I don't know who Cosmo Donardo is. Alexa is federal. What? You saying Alexa is the federales?
Did you know there's cheat codes for her?
Yes, there's not cheat codes.
Well,
I told you about asking Alexa questions and different things like that. On Fortnite. I saw it on TikTok.
Yes, on TikTok. I saw it on TikTok. Haha, I can see myself. Look, I'm moving to myself.
He's geeking out. Oh my god.
Oh, I can see myself laughing. Oh my.
He is cracking, absolutely cracking up. He's like, I'm gonna see myself in the future. This is what you call delirious. Yo, Hawk says he's tweaking. He's absolutely delirious. That's what that is.
Wait, can I do another? Okay.
Look, I'm telling you, do something like. And then he's looking. And now he's looking like you can see him looking over. He's cracking up. Taylor, what's going on? Oh man, look. KB Barbecue says first.
Yeah,
I see your comment.
I saw he commented on the live stream.
No,
he
we
said
didn't.
He was first.
No.
Up top. Up higher. He said first.
No. So
I
stop.
saw first.
No, it came up on my screen on my phone as a notification.
Oh.
Yeah. So I get notified when people leave comments. So those of you guys who ask me how I comment on videos so fast, when I'm not actively watching the comments, I get notifications on my phone and the phone pushes them to my watch. So I see when you guys comment. So I try to comment back pretty quickly. Taylor says, Mr. Taylor says, what's up, fellas? Is that the same son who made the awesome pancakes? Yes.
Yes.
So Taylor, was it you who suggested cinnamon and sugar in the pancakes? Real recognized Reels is super messed up. Hyped on the Mountain Dew. Now, he said, I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew. I'm in my pissy pants. I'm in my pissy pants right now. No, but thank goodness. They do not drink soda. Number 2 is High on Life. Yes, indeed. On the new video. Yes, indeed, KB Barbecue. We saw it. Worth the watch. Real recognized Real. Yes, indeed. So we're gonna go to videos. Oh my gosh, he is cracking up. Dash, you ever see the video where the woman is acting like Alexa but messes with the camera? No, I have not.
Wait, what is the one above it? No, not me. I'm just playing. Oh, that's fine.
Okay. Holy cow.
I like chocolate chip pancakes. My favorite is chocolate chip pancakes
With powdered sugar.
Yes, with powdered sugar. I recently figured out about the powdered sugar, but I'll let you guys in on a secret. I don't put my chocolate chips in the batter. I put my chocolate chips in a sorted way on top of the pancake.
So they can burn in the pan.
No, but I put them away from the edges, and I put them in the middle, but in a nice spread out pattern, so with every bite you can get some chocolate.
He literally places the chocolate chips in the pancakes. Does she ever see the video? No. Hey, Nutty as Hell, thank you very much for hanging out. B-Boys Barbecue. What's up, y'all?
Hello.
Nothing
Mr.
much.
B-Boys.
Barbecue. Nothing much. We are winding down. Smoke the pancakes.
Oh wait, the one compartment in
Bessie.
Yes, Bessie. Where you can make, what's it called? Could I make pancakes in there?
Not really. I wouldn't want to put pancakes on there.
Well, I mean, would it be possible?
Possibly, but I wouldn't. It'd be a waste. It'd be
Yeah,
very
probably
inefficient. It's very inefficient.
Slow.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
Thing does get hot though.
Mind blown. Yeah, it's possible, bruh. It wouldn't be worth it though. It's very inefficient to cook pancakes because you would still have to cook them in a pan. All right, guys, we are about. Let's see if we can hold off until midnight.
What
Gosh,
time is it now?
11:47.
Oh, I thought it was like 1 in the morning.
Nope. Turn Carol syrup on your pancakes is clear corn syrup. I don't want to promote corn syrup. The syrup already has corn syrup in it.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, I've seen and I just Caro is not something I grew up using. We use syrup. Let's see. You ever eat at Lissandro's Pizza House? No. Where is Lissandro's?
I'm guessing in Maryland.
No, it's in Pennsylvania. This person said lives in Pottstown. Keep up with the conversations.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I know you were. What? Well, okay, hold on. Let me put him back up on the screen and then he'll crack up again. So what you guys can't see is my laptop is right here down to my right. So this is why he's looking off to the right. Like, this is what he's doing. I'm gonna make a funny face.
Why does yours look so much better than mine? Yours looks so good.
Cause I know what I'm doing. This isn't my first rodeo. Oh, all right. Real recognized Real says he lives in Upper Darby. So I used to work in Clifton Heights. But Upper Darby, 69th Street. What's up?
Vanilla in my pancakes.
Yeah, we add vanilla to it. Well, when I make pancake batter, I add vanilla to it.
Wait, with the thingy, or you make it from scratch?
No, with the pancake mix, I put vanilla in the batter.
That's why your pancake batter looks different in color.
Hold on. What did you learn tonight? Fuego.
Fuego. Pollo. I
No.
learned pollo.
No. Fuego. What is
Yes.
fuego?
Fuego means flaming.
Fire.
Fire. Yes. I knew it wasn't how.
So my pancakes are.
Not fuego.
Oh,
No
really?
mucho fuego.
Oh, really? All right.
I'm
Okay.
very good at Spanish now.
Oh, really? Nutmeg and cinnamon pancakes. Hawk said.
I'm not a big fan of nutmeg.
No, he doesn't like nutmeg. Nutmeg would be like sweet potatoes. Nah, you know. Blueberry pancakes are my favorite.
Yes.
Grumpus says.
I want to try making raspberry jam. Maybe I'm putting it.
Jam.
It says we have so many raspberries.
You're not gonna make jam.
Oh.
I said you're not, cause I don't want to. I won't say waste them, but
The more we use, the more I have to go out and make more
KB
money.
says I'm on fuego.
Why is it fire?
Maybe he was using lighter fluid and had a mishap or something.
Yeah, I don't touch lighter food.
That's what I do. I get to play with fire. Head arsonist, baby. Make muscadine jelly. Muscadine. Yeah. So that's when you say, I'll look it up and see what it is.
Yes, I'll look into it and look it up.
Good answer. Good answer. All right, you got 10 minutes left. Pick number 2's brain
Any questions?
for number 2.
Yes.
Taste test of number 2. Grumpus on fuego. Grumpy. He's like
Oh,
a
okay.
grumpy, but not just a grumpy. He's a grumpus. That's just who he is. He's grumpus on fire.
Okay.
But he's not grumpy at all. He's a chill dude. Grumpus wears nothing but Hawaiian shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Grumpus, how many Hawaiian shirts do you own?
Wait, it was my Q&A time.
All right, well, they're not asking questions, so I'm going to ask Grumpus a question.
Okay.
So if you have a question for Taste Tester number 2, ask it now. You have 9 minutes left.
Oh.
Muscadine. All right. What's your favorite
cheesesteak?
cheesesteak spot? Mine's is Steve's Princess Steaks in Northeast 2nd D'Alessandro's. So he's never been to either of those places. I have a friend that lived in the Northeast real, and he always talked about Steve's. I recently went to D'Alessandro's. I was in Philly for a funeral, and I went to D'Alessandro's.
There was one more for me. Yes, I am an Eagles fan.
Wait. So now you say that, and then you say, choose your
next words wisely.
He's heard me say it enough times. Yes.
Just don't be a Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. Grumpus is all of them. Look, we asked him how many Hawaiian shirts he said he hit. All of them. Like a boss.
Fly, Eagles, fly, yes.
All right. Who's number 2's favorite YouTuber?
I'm going to say my...
Wow! Well played.
There's different YouTubers for different things.
Oh
like, if
man,
I'm looking for
I was just about to. I was not going to say. You know what? This is why he's my son. He is the one that asks most like me, so he gets it when you ask him a question and you lob it to him, and you know it's one of those things where it's like, hey, you didn't do X, Y, and Z. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you X, Y, and Z right now. He gets that. Taste test number 1 does not. So you asking him what his favorite YouTuber is, he gets it. That you're just like, oh.
But
crap.
my favorite, I actually do love this other YouTuber a lot. His name is Catch 'em All Fishing. He's very good at fishing. He does like bow fishing, has pythons. He does a lot, and I like all of his channel. I like all of his everything he posts is very educational. Falcon fan.
No, not that one. Above that one.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yes. You didn't read it out loud.
I said fly, Eagles, fly, and that's
All
what
right.
I'm saying.
Falcon saying blah blah blah. It's a lot of work to make jam. All right.
Yeah. My mom
So-
would probably make it.
We've made jam before. Jam. Every time you say jam.
Here.
Steelers fan, you
How
know,
do you guys
we
feel about Antonio Brown? I really want to know.
we like the Steelers because I have an aunt that lives. Aunt Minerva lives in Verona, which is just outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she's my favorite aunt.
Someone's at the door.
Purpose is me. So the whole thing is he heard the chime, the Alexa chime. It wasn't someone at the door. It was someone probably driving by or walking by.
What's your
the
all-time
front.
favorite breakfast? I always probably pancakes. Yeah, pancakes is
Probably pancakes. Ooh.
pancakes is like my number one food. Like all-time number one food.
I know how to make pancakes and eggs. Would you like pancakes and eggs or eggs and pancakes?
I can make. It's not just like I only know how to make pancakes. I can make other stuff. If you told me, hey, cook up
Oodles and noodles, pancakes, and peanut butter and jelly.
No, I can make.
Oh, I forgot the eggs.
Toast and eggs.
Meat toast. Yeah. So many trips to Breaker.
I have a question for you to add to your list. How do you set up your page for selling your product?
Like as far as my Instagram page or like a web page? Teddy. Jam. Yeah, buddy. Good choice. Love me a good pancake. As long as it ain't Cowboys.
Anything I know how to make, I can make it to perfection. Like, I will make toast very, like, remember when I started off making pancakes and peanut butter?
Yeah.
I tried a whole bunch of different, like, ratios of how much peanut butter, how much pancake
You experimented.
batter.
You perfected it.
I made it perfect.
Perfect.
Name 5 of your best restaurants. So, does catering count?
No.
Okay. Well, I love this one food truck. I have no clue what the name is, but it sells gyros, and I love eating there every so
That
often.
is the Gypsy Queen, or what's the name of that truck? It's something. It's something about Gypsy Queen or Queen Gypsy or something, but that's local.
That.
So he
And
likes gyros.
I like pho. All
right.
Big fan of ramen.
Pho and ramen are two different things.
Yes, I like pho.
And it's pho.
Pho. I like pho.
So I'm saying
I like pizza. Like, I don't know which pizza. I do know we're not supposed to like Papa John's because they're racist or something.
Gosh. Anyway, so there's a local spot. Two local spots. One is called Peace, like Peace, a pizza,
Yes, that's my favorite.
and then the other one is called Pizza Stop. We like those spots.
I like.
We also
pizza.
like Three Brothers.
Three
Duesenbergs.
Brothers, yes.
Alright.
Okay, that's my 5. I saw another one about 8.
Any smoking skills like your dad? Not yet.
Yeah. I know some tricks. I know.
There you go.
Some secrets.
There you go. Right there. Stop. All right. What's your favorite type of eggs? Number 2. Over hard.
Yes, over hard. Hearted, the chat, loud and clear.
Teaching them well, Taylor says. Well, you know, I do okay. But as far as restaurants for him, I'm gonna add a few that he's kind of forgotten about because we haven't been in a while. So Fogo, the shower is number 1.
Oh yeah.
Carrabba's.
Ooh,
Ooh, Carrabba's. I love
Let me
Carrabba's.
think, actually.
All right. Longhorns.
How did I forget?
Texas Roadhouse.
Oh my gosh.
Outback is Outback, so that'd probably be top 5.
Mommy likes Uno, but I don't really like Uno.
Yeah, well, you know, that's why I didn't say Uno Street.
Yeah.
All right, Web. So, John. Sorry. If you're selling food and you're trying to sell food via the web, there are different plugins and different attachments that you can put to your website. And all you do is you kind of bill out an inventory or an availability, like a list, and then you say, okay, this is available or that is available, and then there's a plugin that you put on the website, and that's how you sell something. But like if you go out to my website, there's no actual place to buy things from my website. I just have a splash page, a landing page where you can go and you can look at the pricing, so you can see what the pricing is. I'm not actually trying to sell anything via the website because I don't want you to be turned off by the pricing. If you understand what I'm saying, I want to talk to you and sell you on the thing that I'm trying to get you to buy. Only caveat to that is, of course, if someone says, hey, I want 20 racks of ribs, all right, well, 20 racks of ribs is going to be a specific price. You can give them that specific price, and that price is reflected on the website. But if I'm trying to set up like a catering event, I want to talk to that person because I don't want them to be turned off by the cost of something when I can, flip it and balance it. We talked about that earlier when, as opposed to telling them right off the bat, well, this is how many people you're having, this is how much food I think you should have, this is what it's going to cost. You say, what's your budget? And then you work to that budget. And you kind of go from there. You figure out what you need to from there. All right.
Somebody.
Stop saying
I forgot who said it, but somebody said smoked deviled eggs.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
So I've tried to smoke hard-boiled eggs and I failed.
You might have to cut them in half so it's like heat can escape from them.
No, so the whole thing is I tried to hard-boil eggs via the smoker. Let's put it that way.
Wait, did you put it in a little water bucket?
No. So you cook it a little bit to get the yolk set, and then you put it in the smoker to you take it out of the shell, and then you put it in the smoker to finish. So, but the smoke did not penetrate to the yolk. It was just on the to the yolk. It was just on the white.
Oh, read that.
I should have allowed a smokehouse while smoking at some point. It was super dope. So recognize real. The reason I don't do that is one, because I don't want y'all knowing how much time it actually takes me to cook, and two, the times in which I do start cooking are so obscure and minuscule. They're obscure that no one would actually be here. There have been times where I have done live streams when I'm cooking on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, but they can be sometimes few and far between. Alton. Favorite barbecue your dad has done, but no ribs.
Probably chicken. Chicken.
I don't know why he likes chicken so much.
Because I like chicken. Chicken's very good.
Delicious.
Oh, no, lamb. No, lamb.
There we go. Thank you. Redeeming. Except Alton doesn't like lamb.
Ooh.
Yeah, Alton, I'm still going. And so Taste Tester number 2 popped on, and then we started talking, and then a whole another hour later, I'm going to go to bed, though, because I got to get up in the morning.
I have to get up.
What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man? He likes chicken, but not Cornish hens.
I did not know what they
Alton, hold on. Let me... That's it.
I didn't know what they were. You said Cornish hen, and I was like, what? I thought they were going to be like something like... I don't know. I had no clue what it was going to be.
Obviously.
Yeah.
All Cornish hen is a young chicken. That's it.
You like chicken? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, number 2. Can you have my lamb?
You can have my lamb.
Yes, I would love that. Some lamb. Yum, yum, yum.
I made him. I cooked lamb for him and made him try it. When I was in Texas, this is Alton is the guy's house I was at. It was, yeah.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it was his invitation. We did have
my
fun.
mom. You guys, that's when Bria came over.
Yes.
Our TikToks had announced.
Okay. I don't really care. Sorry. I was blowing up.
Yes.
Ooh. Are you TikTok famous now?
Maybe. Even though my face wasn't in it though. It was only Bria's face. But I guess it was Bria. She needs to come back.
Oh, come on, Jeff. I will make you a lamb lover Hopefully. All right. So look, they're laughing at the throat chop. Alan says, "Bro, that's how you do it. My kids flinch when I walk in the room. Protect the throat." Look, you see, you can't see him. Look, this is what he's doing now. Alton, man, Alton.
I don't like being good. Oh, bro, that's how you do.
Yeah, they're just laughing now.
Low, yeah, we'll laugh it up. I'll be famous one day.
Sure.
My
Famous or
TikTok's
infamous? Which one is it? Put my hoodie on the chair. This is why you can't get invited to the live stream. You just wreck stuff.
It's right behind. I can't reach.
You pulling on the damn thing again. Just let it be.
I'm trying
Leave
to
it
get
alone.
Okay.
Leave it alone.
Oh, famous, by the way, not infamous.
Infamous.
Infamous, yes.
Bro, I even get him in the car. That's what's up. Father's ass smoked 2 racks of lamb on the trigger. It was delicious. That's what's up, William. Hey, Steven, I'm glad you're enjoying this.
I thought he said 2 racks of ram from the trigger. I was like,
On the trigger. Traeger.
Yeah, I know it's a trigger, but I thought when I was reading it, I went too fast and I thought he said trigger.
Did you read it or did you just skim over it? Which
I
one?
skimmed.
Guess how I knew you skimmed.
Well, they go fast.
But you can still read.
If it disappeared, it had to go fast. Go fast. See? Hope is healthy. Yes. Oh yeah, because I want to be famous. I just got that.
So what's number 2's hashtag? We don't have a hashtag for number 2 yet.
Master pancake cooker. Yeah, that's a little long.
No.
Hashtag pancakes?
No, that's too generic. We'll work on it.
Hashtag cookinator. like Terminator.
Delirious. That's what it is.
Like
Hey, look.
and Cook
All
together.
right.
Cookinator.
You sound like the dude from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. The influencer and just making up words just to try to. No, it doesn't work that way.
Sound good in my head.
In your head.
Yeah.
That's it. You're on a lonely island, bruh. Anyway.
It sounded good. It sounds.
More pancakes, baby.
That's a good one. It's compensating a little bit, but.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyway.
It went up.
Next stream has number 2 to unveil his number. Oh, his hashtag. All right.
Okay. Yes.
We'll see.
Ooh, monster cakes. I like that one.
Only problem though is, John, monster cakes. I'm telling you, it's gonna be about booty. I've been on the internet way too long, and if you do a search on monster cakes, it's gonna be about booty. Just, we'll figure something out. Give him a couple weeks. This is the best lives ever. Well, Steven, thank you. Steven's in Trinidad.
Really?
Yeah.
What time is it there? What time is it there, Mr. Steven?
So I think he is at the same time we are right now.
Oh.
Because there's 6 months of the year they are an hour behind, and 6 months of the year they are an hour with us. Nothing but good times, that's for sure. Rocking everywhere, yes indeed. Mr. Flapjack.
That one sounds good. They have some really good ones.
We got to do some research before we start. Just yeah. We got to look some of these up because we can't have something that's real generic, and we can't have something that is
Hashtag Cookie Monster. I like putting. I like
Generic.
Yeah.
Which means
I'm just gonna let them.
clean up, man.
Nah, I'm good. Thank you for the hashtag though.
Suggestions.
It means a lot. Yes, thank you for the suggestions.
All right, definitely, guys. We are getting out of here. Hey, if you haven't already hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it, or we would greatly appreciate it. Not only does it make us feel better, it really does help the videos and help my channel. So if you could hit the thumbs up on the way out, I would greatly appreciate it. Alan says, my show soon. When you die, I'm taking over your channel.
Would you leave me your channel? I don't want you to die. That
But Grandpa says, pick up my hoodie, baby. That was funny. Hey, KB says, cheers. Done on my way in. Thank you so very much. I know, right?
Condolences. I read it right. I always say candy condolences. Really, I always, when I read it.
CON.
When I read it, I always say candy
DOLEN.
condolences.
No. Like what?
Yes, I'm being serious. I always
How?
say candy condolences. Because I see the can.
Alton says, not in the throat, baby. Don't throat chop me, bro. Look at it. Protect the neck. That's what it should be, protect the neck. But I know that's a little too generic. And then all the Wu-Tang, references. He doesn't know who Wu-Tang is. Look, you can't see his face.
I was thinking about Mozart.
Catch Me Outside.
Oh, Catch Me in the Kitchen.
No.
That's a good one. I like
That's
that
not
one.
a little too generic.
Catch Me in the Kitchen.
I'm telling you, that's a little too generic. I would bet that it is proliferated. Anyway, a hashtag that you can start talking about, it'll come to us. Alright? Don't force it. See, that's the problem. See, this is the whole thing. Egglicious. Gosh. Yeah, there's a place near us called Expectations. It's actually a pretty decent restaurant. So, here's the deal. I know you guys are trying to, you're brainstorming hashtags and such. Gosh, what was that? They're brainstorming hashtags and such. But it's one of those things where it'll come. Like, you can't force it. Just like the names of the smokers and grills, you can't force it. You guys are, sometimes y'all be eager to want to put a name to it. I'm like, nah, just give it some time. Don't worry about it. The name will come. So.
Funny you talk about names. I remember you were close to hitting 10K. Oh.
I'm listening.
You were close to hitting 10K.
Everybody
in school were they were following your channel. Everybody in my class was following your channel, and I get a notification in my Chromebook saying such and such is having a debate on what to name this new smoker. And I was like, we got a new smoker? And I was like, what should we name it, Joe? Well, what should we name it? One of my friends. And then
already said his name.
Yeah, I was like, what should we name it, Joe? And then he was like,
He's not his friend anymore, oddly enough.
Yeah, funny. It was one of the newer smokers, but it was right near you hit 10K. I think it was like
95, probably.
Vanessa.
Vicky?
Yes. No. No. It was one of those.
Oh, on the side of the house? Maybe it was Charlotte.
Yes, that was it.
Ah.
It was the Charlotte debate.
Okay.
And we went with Charlotte.
Okay.
And then it ended up being Charlotte.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
No, we were in computer lab. I remember that.
3 oysters, bro.
Oh, actually, that's a good one. 3 oysters, bro. That's actually a very good one.
Oyster me.
Yes, oyster me. Oyster me, please.
He was very polite asking for oysters too, which was funny.
Please.
All right, I've been trying to end this for 13 minutes now. Probably like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so very much for hanging out. I really do appreciate you guys. Alton, be easy, sir.
Can I get my own merch?
I don't know about that.
Would you like a speech bubble? with your thing, like with your centaur with the drum, it's just still drum smokers, and on the back would be like, oyster me, bro, oyster me, please. Hashtag oyster me, please. Then I have your phone number, then a list of things you can buy. That sounds like a great merch idea. It can be, not tired. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll talk off camera. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate you hanging out with us this evening. Hey, see y'all next week.
See? He said he would buy.
Hughes says I'm buying. Well, that's what's up.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, he definitely is awake now. Hey, Steven, be easy, man. Thank you so very much again, as always, for your support. All right, I'm gone. We're gone.
Yes. Bye.